will be Cruz against Sonny Gray. That'll be fun to watch. So it's the first of a 3-game series from Safeco Field. It's the Oakland A's and the Seattle Mariners. You'll see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Sonny Gray will try to go 5-0 tonight. His last start, he gave up no runs in 6 2/3 innings, Ray, but it was kind of an uneven start due to the 7 walks and 10 strikeouts.
I think he's in the record books because of that, but he did pick up a win. He pitched very well against the Rangers, especially in Arlington. But you're right, he was all over the place, but when he needed to make the pitch, he would get out of a jam. He had a great curveball, great slider. He can bump his fastball up to about 96 miles per hour. He pitches down in the zone, a good curveball there. He'll elevate a fastball. And I agree with you. He is the ace of this staff. So every time he takes the mound, he's had a tough series in Minnesota. They depend on him to pitch as well as we know he can.
Mariners are struggling to win games, and they're struggling to score runs. Hard to believe, but it's not Nelson Cruz's fault. The big free agent signing has been terrific so far.
Where would they be without him? Because Nelson Cruz, you can see the home runs. These are in Houston, where he just left the yard completely over the train. But the thing about him, he had been the designated hitter for a lot of his career, but he's playing better and hitting better when he plays in the outfield and right field, where he will be playing tonight. But he's a strong hitter. They are really depending on him, and they knew adding him in the middle of the lineup with Cano already there. They got Seth Smith, who's been playing well, but he is the one guy that's providing all their offense.
And what you have this weekend is 2 teams that still feel that they're pretty good, but these 2 teams are searching for a win streak, and we'll see if the A's can get one of those win streaks started this weekend here in Seattle. Up next, we're going to take a trip back to the A's pregame live studios for a sports update, and then we'll come back to Safeco Field for lineups and first pitch.
Jack in the Box. Jack's hottest sandwich is back. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. By Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places. And by DraftKings.com. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com with the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Enter promo code SLIDER for free entry.
Beautiful night for baseball at Safeco Field, and with summer approaching, the days are nice and long up here in Seattle. There's not a cloud in the sky as we get set for game one of this three-game series. It's the A's and it's the Mariners. So the Mariners have taken the field wearing the light blue tops tonight. Game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission free. Visit online for park hours at beachboardwalk.com. Beautiful 73 degrees, a nice light breeze, and it would be tough to find a more comfortable night for baseball. No humidity, and it's all good.
It is beautiful, and the roof should be open for 3 games, 2 night games. Of course, tomorrow night 6:10 local time, and then a day game on Sunday, Mother's Day, and a good time to start a winning streak. The first game of the series.
So here's the starting lineup for the Athletics. It starts with Coco Crisp in left, Samfold in center, and then Reddick in right, Butler the DH, Vogt will catch, Ike Davis is at first, Laurie is at third, Simeon is the shortstop, and Eric Sogard is at second base.
And it's Taijuan Walker starting for the Mariners, as he did against the Athletics on the 10th of April. Did not fare that well in the first game of the series, as his record in 1-3, 9 earned runs against the Athletics in 3 1/3 innings. Good fastball from the right-hander, been 90s. But he just had his troubles in the first inning, and especially a big inning in the fourth, which was a 6-run.
So Walker's first pitch of the ball game is a fastball 95 miles an hour, but inside to Coco Crisp. So we're underway from beautiful Safeco Field. Friday night crowd still filing in. So the first trip to Seattle for the Athletics this year, first of 3.
Well, Melvin had the Mariners, his former team, one of the teams that he managed in Oakland the first week of the regular season. The A's lost 2 of 3.
Morrison, couple steps to his right, he'll take it himself. Coco's retired. 1 away here in the top of the first. So here's the defense for the Mariners. Smith, Ackley, and Cruz in the outfield. Seager, Taylor, Cano, Morrison on the infield, and Mike Zunino is the catcher. So here's Samfold.
Samfold led off against the Mariners, and Taijuan Walker in Oakland hit a bullet to right field. And if you remember that when Ruggiano was playing right field, we were surprised he's playing so shallow. He robbed Samfold of a base hit in the first inning, leading off, and then after that, everything changed for the young right-hander. The A's ended up scoring 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and 6 in the fourth. And the end of the game was 12-0. Athletics winning the opener of the series, and that is the line. 3 1/3, 9 hits, 9 runs, all earned, 77 pitches, and it was not a very, very nice evening for the right-hander.
And a 4-pitch walk to Samfold.
And you think about the at-bat by Coco Crisp. Now, remember, he hardly played in spring training. He missed the first month of the season. He had 2 rehab games in Stockton. And you saw 4 pitches out of the strike zone to Samfold. And sometimes when a hitter's trying to get in the swing of things again, maybe he will not be as patient as Josh Reddick up, and Coco Crisp jumping on a 2-0 fastball, hit it hard, but Logan Morrison handled it easily at first.
So Reddick steps in against Walker. First pitch in for a strike. Been kind of a, well, not kind of, it's been the up and down season for Walker. You saw the numbers on that first start, and then his second start he was not very good either, but starts 3 and 4 he was really good. But then his last start he got knocked around in Houston.
I think you said it best when we were talking to the guys back in the studio, that if the Mariners had wanted to trade him, they could have gotten a boatload.
No question.
You know, before this season. Now it's a question of his value now. I mean, still a very good very good pitcher. Just a back-to-back all-speed pitches there to Reddick. But you look at his arm. But those are bad numbers. I mean, granted, it's the early season, and try to overlook at that. But for a young pitcher who steps in the rotation for the first time, you have to wonder how soon will he forget about everything that's happened to him in such an early part of his career.
He's 22 years old. He's a big kid, 6'4", 235 pounds. He's had all the success in the minor leagues, so it's all right there. And you can see why other teams would say, well, you want one of our big power hitters? Well, then we want that kid right there. So the Mariners are excited that they kept him, and they think it'll all work out well for him. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So Reddick called out.
First pitch, a fastball in for a strike. Then he went soft curveball, fastball. And that is the catcher, Mike Zunino, not staying just with a fastball. 4 out of the strike zone. Sam Fuld walking him. Had him throw back-to-back changeups, then a curveball in the dirt. Count was 2-2, and that's when he nailed the outside corner with a fastball.
So 2-away for Butler. Billy Butler swung the bat quite a bit better in Minnesota. He had 5 hits and 17 at-bats in that series. So after a tough stretch, he's starting to swing it again. Overall, 265. Slowly toward short. Taylor charges. Flips on the run side, retired. So a 1-out walk to Fuld. That's it for the A's. So it's Sonny Gray time here as the Mariners come to bat in the bottom of the first. Smith will lead off in left, and Brad Miller's the DH. Cano, Cruz, Seager, the big 3 in the middle. Morrison, Zunino, Ackley, and Taylor. That's your Mariners lineup.
Sonny Gray will try to get the A's back on a winning track, losing 3 of 4 in Minnesota against the Twins. And for Sonny Gray, his second start against the Mariners this year, no decision. Second start for the young right-hander. And really, that is the only one which he had not gotten a decision. A's lost that game in extra innings. But Sonny Gray, 43 innings already. Pitches deep in the game. His opening start, he went 8 innings. Shortest he has gone is 6 innings. That was against Kansas City at Kauffman Stadium.
So here's Seth Smith. First pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball.
Think he's looking fastball first pitch?
I do believe he was.
Seth Smith, I don't think you could put him in that prototypical leadoff spot because he's up swinging. He's usually hitting more in the middle part of the batting order, but leading off for Lloyd McClendon's club. So swinging at the first pitch fastball up and out of the strike zone. An excellent changeup for the second pitch. There is the veteran Lloyd McClendon, his second season with the Mariners as their manager.
Coming off an 87-win season last year. So big things expected of the Mariners. Off to a slow start. They're 11-17. They've lost 6 out of 7. And this is the start of a 9-game homestand for them. So they're hoping they can get things rolling at home. 2-2 now to Seth Smith. They're 5-7 at home, so We have not played a lot of home games. This is home game number 13. Brad Miller to follow, and then Robinson Cano here in the bottom of the first. Fastball at 95. Seth Smith hitting in the leadoff spot. King Felix, we'll see him on Sunday. Off to a great start. 5-0 with a 1.73 ERA.
I know a lot of people love to have those diamonds on the rings, on their fingers instead of on his ears. He's got bigger diamonds on his ears than people have a lot of times. Those are big diamonds. He can afford them, and he deserves them because he is their ace. And got a perfect game under his belt. Cy Young Award. And Seth Smith getting a call from third base of no swing, and that was not a swing. Or Jerry Davis, that is, at third base. So from 0-2 to 3-2.
Good pitch. And that's a strikeout. Seth Smith knew it, and he heads back to the dugout. Let's look at the A's defense behind Sonny Gray. Crispin left, folded center, Reddick in right. Laurie, Simeon, Sogard, Davis with Vogt doing the catching. So Sonny Gray looking to go 5-0. Third best ERA in the American League. He's third in the league in innings pitched. He's eighth in the league in strikeouts. Simeon backhands, throws in time, 2 outs.
You were talking to Minneapolis about Brad Miller, been the shortstop, and his versatility, moving him around, and DH tonight with Chris Taylor, the shortstop. It's pretty good numbers for Sonny Gray. Pretty impressive for the young right-hander.
This is his 7th start. So all over the American League leaderboards.
Well, is Dallas Keuchel still under a run per game?
I think he probably is.
Yeah. He's pretty good. As we have noted over the course of Sonny Gray's young career, he has pitched very well against teams within the Western Division, teams that he would see the most, and he continues tonight against the Mariners, a team that he's had success against.
The top 4 ERAs are Keuchel, Martinez, Gray, and Hernandez. There you go.
Sonny with the pant legs down around his ankles now. So he's last start, maybe at all those walks in Texas, he decided to put the pant legs back down instead of wrapped around his knees with the stirrup sock showing like Eric Sogard ordered.
Why not? 3-0 to Cano.
All right, Cano.
There's Nelson Cruz.
With his award for American League Player of the Month prior to the game. And I'd say Robinson Cano might be swinging 3-0 because he's not there. But I would think, talk about protection. How do you handle it? Do you pitch to Cano and pitch him carefully and worrying about the guy in the on deck circle? That's a pretty good place to be hitting for Cano, especially the way Cruz is swinging the bat.
Pitch is a high fastball. So Cruz will hit here in the first inning.
Went off speed for Seth Smith. 3-2, all fastballs to Robinson Cano.
So Cruz he may be on the clock for pace of play, walking from on deck circle to the batter's box. Kind of a meandering.
It's a great word because that was perfect, because normally guys from the good off speed, that's a hard slider in the dirt, bouncing in front of the plate. Nice block by Stephen Vogt. But guys normally from the first base dugout will walk behind and get in the right-hander's batter's box. He walked completely across the left in front of the catcher and the umpire to the right-hander's batter's box. Meandering. That's a good word.
1-1 the count. Tell you what, if I was hitting 333 with 14 home runs, I'd be jogging up there.
That's right.
Jog up there.
Yeah, because you meander.
That'd be a good look too, jogging.
Yeah. But you said, I can't wait to hit. Let's go. Sprint up there. But if you meander, no matter if you're American League Player of the Month and hit all those home runs, they're still going to fine you for slow pace of the game. Right. That is a great pitch. Two-seam fastball outside corner, and hitters will not swing at a lot of those.
Tony Randazzo calling balls and strikes. 2-pitch hard slider, 2-2. Sonny Gray throwing more sliders this year, right, Ray?
Yes, he is. He's the slider, though, acts like sometimes a split finger fastball thrown very hard. It will go down, just like the curveball, which he throws 18% of the time, according to the chart. Slider just behind that, and then the cutter and the changeup. But the slider is a pitch that he feels very comfortable in throwing more, at least in the first 6 starts he did.
Grounded to the right side. Sogard has it. He'll go to first side, retire. So we're headed to the second from Seattle. No score. California is brought to you by Real Strong Redwood. Why Redwood? Visit realstrongredwood.com. So no score, top of the second from Seattle, Washington. Taijuan Walker had a walk and a strikeout in the top of the first inning as he faces Vogt, Davis, and Laurie here in the second. .341, 7 homers, 25 RBIs for Stephen Vogt.
And KIP, he's happy because he's home. Tumwater, Washington is his home, and so he's very happy to be able to come up here and spend Mother's Day weekend with his family. But nice special time for him, and of course growing up or living in the Tumwater area, which is relatively close. He gets a chance to come back here 3 times each season, coming into the Seattle area.
So 2-2 the count to Stephen Vogt. Swing. Gonna miss. He struck him out. Second strikeout for Walker.
Same with the fastball as he did with Josh Reddick striking him out. This is a swing and miss. But the one thing, again, if you have a pitcher, you're catching in the case of Mike Zunino, calling the breaking pitches when the fastball thrown a greater percentage of the time is not being able to be thrown for a strike. You go to the off-speed stuff until the fastball works, and it seems like that's what's happened so far at the first 5 batters.
So here's Ike Davis. First pitch is a fastball outside. Davis hitting .287, couple of home runs. He's got 11 RBIs. Yesterday shoots that one through the shift down the left field line. Seth Smith will pick it up, and Ike Davis has a double.
Well, the shift, pitch him outside, and I think Ike Davis has proven you can give him the left side, he'll take it. Hit a home run, a booming home run to right center field yesterday at Target Field. But tonight he takes the outside fastball, and when it's elevated, that makes it so much easier for a hitter to go to the opposite field. And if you pitch him down, he might roll over and pull it, but give him that type of a fastball outside, he'll do exactly what he did and do it pretty consistently.
Here's Laurie. First pitch is a strike. Laurie .279, couple of home runs, 14 RBIs. He's a hot hitter. In fact, he's sitting on a 11-game hitting streak that ties a career high. He's got 16 hits in 41 at bats during the 11-game stretch.
Played at second base yesterday in Target Field against the Twins. Back at third base is normal position. Sogard played it short. Marcus Semien with the day off yesterday.
0-2 pitch, good fastball, 96 miles an hour, a little bit in, and Laurie could not catch up to it.
Cap, you could just see why they would like this arm, because that is a great fastball. It's almost an unhittable fastball. Locations there, velocity, everything perfect on that fastball.
You know what else, Ray? It is, as they like to say, it's an easy 95. Right. It almost looks like it's not a max effort delivery. He stands tall, and boy, the ball comes out of his hand nice.
And there was the cut fastball, first pitch. Just watch the movement, and it's that tall body straight out in front.
But I mean, that's a nice basic delivery. Yep. And there's not a lot of herky jerky, and so 1-1 the count to Semien. .281 with 3 home runs. So Walker coming right at the A's hitters.
Taijuan Walker got his stirrup sock, same place Eric Sogard got his online.
Yeah. Maybe they checked in with each other.
Did a bit higher horseshoe there, though. I mean, that stirrup is a little bit higher. I think we'll see in this series a couple of catchers. Actually, Begley does it well. Vogt, we know from the A's, and now Mike Zunino, very accomplished at doing that. Move to his right to block the ball, the curve ball, and see how more likely to catch Kane Felix on Sunday and catch his super sinker.
2-2 pitch, straight back. A's are 12-18 on the year, so game number 31 for the Athletics. Hit high in the air, shallow left center. Ackley, who's playing center field tonight, hustles in. He's got it. Side retired. So Davis with a double. He is stranded. Bottom of the second coming up. It'll be Seager, Morrison, and Zunino. Like lowest opponent's batting average versus off-speed pitches. Not surprised. Sonny Gray with the great breaking pitch, curveball. Now throwing a slider more. Dallas Keuchel. I think Keuchel's just been hard to hit all around this year.
Yeah.
He throws a lot of sinking fastballs. So Seager, Morrison, and Zunino for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second inning. Seager 255, 15 RBIs. It's sort of what the Mariners have wanted the last couple years is that right-handed power bat. And they got it with Cruz to help out Seager, and now Cano drop him right in between there. It's pretty good 3-4-5 group. Davis leaps, can't get it. That ball's headed for the corner. Seager is going to stop at second, and he's got a leadoff double. Double number 7 for Seager. Davis timed his leap. He just could not quite get it.
Nice easy swing by Seager also. They locked him up for a lot of years. A Gold Glove third baseman, and just over the leap. Good idea of Reddick getting the ball back in quickly. You do not want to lead off triple, and kind of forced Logan Morrison tried to advance Seager to third with nobody out.
Let's go, Morrison!
Morrison takes low. Yeah, that Seager contract race, 7 years, $100 million. I would say that's a lockup job.
Yeah, that'll work.
That will work.
Win a Gold Glove, you do the job at third. Be conversational, just
I'd be conversational too if I had a 7-year, $100 million.
So you got a player of the week meandering, or player of the month meandering, should be jogging. And yeah, I'd say it's a good idea to get excited.
Now, Seager, after 3 full years in the big leagues, the Mariners said, "We're going to lock this guy up." Probably a good idea. 2086, 2269, and then last year 25 and 96. He is a very, very good young player. One and one the count to Logan Morrison. Morrison hits it hard. That's a base hit left field. Here comes Seager. He's going to score without a throw, and the Mariners take a 1-0 lead.
Well, the one thing the Mariners had not been doing is getting hits with runners in score position. But just like Ike Davis, Logan Morrison with the shift. And there's the entire left side of the infield open up. That's a ball that normally would go right to the shortstop. But instead, Logan Morrison saying, Ike Davis, you can do it. I can do it too. You get a double, I get a single, hitting against the shift.
So Morrison starting to heat up.
Let's go, Zunino!
And he knocks in his 8th run. Here's Mike Zunino. So you're right about the runners in scoring position, Ray. 221 is the Mariners' batting average this year with runners in scoring position, but that's why they think they got a lot of room for improvement offensively, and I think that's probably true.
Well, every time they get a hit with a runner in scoring position, they're going to feel a lot better about themselves. And especially against a pretty good pitcher in Sonny Gray. I mean, he was going to give up an average of .67 more runs the rest of this game based on his ERA of 1.67. There's the one.
So some more of the offensive numbers for the Mariners. Second fewest runs scored in the American League. Only the White Sox have scored fewer. Lots of home runs, though. Team batting average not great. They're last in the league in on-base percentage. Not really stealing a lot of bases, so the offense has not clicked yet for Seattle. They're without Austin Jackson, who's on the disabled list. Big tapper foul. So 2-1 the count to Zunino. Sonny Gray gave up just 2 hits in that start in Texas that we talked about in the open of our show. Of course, the 7 walks. He's given up back-to-back hits here in the second inning.
Let's go, Zunino!
Sonny Gray against Seattle had 1 unearned run.
Runner goes. Ball is skied toward the seats and well back. Back behind the A's dugout.
But if you don't give up a lot of runs and your defense plays well behind you, then you're not going to have a lot of unearned runs in the column, which is a bad column to be having a lot of numbers. Safeco Field, man, they've done a great job here tearing down the old King Dome, which is now football stadium at location, and built this stadium, and it is beautiful. We'll probably not have to close the roof this weekend.
Let's hope not. Swing and a miss on the 2-2 pitch. So Zunino strikes out. So 1 out here in the second inning. Sonny Gray against the Mariners in his career, 4-1. Here at Safeco Field, 3-0. So he really dominates the whole American League West, and that includes the Seattle Mariners.
And we'll talk the same thing about the guy named Felix Hernandez on Sunday. Well, the Mariners and the teams in the Western Division probably feel about the same as the A's do and the other teams about that guy. I figure that you're playing as many games as the teams do within the division. You're going to see Felix Hernandez, and there's some high-priced talent right there with Robinson Cano, a 10-year contract. Felix Hernandez also locked up for probably as long as he wants. He'll probably be a Mariner his whole career.
First pitch to Ackley is a strike.
Infielder started to play left field. Now he's playing center field, but a guy named Kyle Seager kind of lost his position to third base.
Yeah.
So he became an outfielder, and that's maybe what Brad Miller's going to do also. A shortstop who is now DH tonight, but playing different positions. In fact, isn't it amazing how defense always comes into the picture?
Sure.
It's a fastball running away, but if guys can play a position well defensively, he might get more at bats. He starts to struggle, especially defensively. They'll find a way to keep his bat in the lineup, but not necessarily in the American League where the DH is involved.
And Ackley, just the feeling you get around the ballpark, he's running out of time to prove himself. And what do you hate to say that about a player who's still pretty young, but he has had a lot of chances, and he just has not been able to put it all together.
Another curveball similar to Seth Smith. Body goes forward, bat stays back. Ackley did hit a home run off Sonny Gray in Oakland in the start.
Yeah, let's go, Ackley!
2-2 to Ackley. And he drills one to right. Reddick's there, though, and he's got it. And hustling to get back is Morrison. It looked like he forgot how many outs there were. I think he did.
Yep.
He got towards second and just kind of slowed down, and then he realized that was just the second out. He could not get back, and it's a double play.
Logan Morrison heading to second base on a line drive hit by Ackley. Oh, that's only the second out. I better hurry back. And Josh Reddick said, nope. A perfect throw to first, and Logan Morrison, maybe he thought the ball was over his head. He's going to go to third, but I think it's more like you said that he forgot exactly how many outs because he figured I'm going to take off, and it was just the second. So the A's turn a double play.
Cano dives, can't get it. So Sogard on the first pitch of the top of the third has a leadoff single. Good start for the A's.
Well, and you're right. You hit ninth in a batting order, and you see fastballs thrown by a pitcher pretty consistently, and why wait around? And especially turn it over the top of the batting order and maybe get Coco Crisp going with a similar pitch. Sogard just mentally has got to feel so much better. He can play all three infield positions, but he's back at his normal position as second, so maybe that makes him feel better.
6 of 7 in shutdown inning opportunities for Walker. Coco falls behind in the count, 0-1. Coco grounded out to the first baseman leading off the game, so Coco for 6 since coming back. The A's would love to have Coco get rolling.
Well, especially since some hitters have seen their batting averages plummet. And of course, cross baseball, it seems like there are guys trying to dig themselves out of a hole, and those that started off well are putting themselves in one.
Well, still the at-bat totals aren't so high that it's going to take you a long time, but getting closer where it's going to take a real good stretch to really get that batting average climbing if you're hitting 180, 190 right now. Quick throw. Sogard gets back.
And maybe these scoreboards, there's so much information that the hitters think they can't see how poorly I'm hitting.
Can't find my average.
And by the time they look around and find it, the next hitter comes up.
That's a good call. Scoreboards are loaded with numbers now.
Man. You know, between mobile devices that you're looking at in your hand and the scoreboard with all the information, how much of the game did you watch? Oh, I don't know. Did they actually play? There it is.
See, Coco has a lot of zeros going right now.
Yeah,
because they have on base, slugging, and OPS.
But see, and they also have the lineups, both teams,
and
the batting averages, and
high in the air, headed for the seats, and it will just be into the seats.
And see, that's another. Coco had a 2-0 in the first inning, a 3-1 in this at bat, and he pulled the fastball in the first inning to Morrison, but this fastball 3-1 couldn't get around on it. Pretty good fastball to hit right there, and that's the frustration of a hitter when he has that kind of fastball. I don't care if he's played or not, and he's not able to drive the ball when he knows he's going to get it and just cannot catch up to it.
Again, with the runner going, Sogard off and moving, so Bob Melvin sending Sogard on 3-2. He's trying to get something going.
I like the confidence the skipper has in Coco to make contact. Zunino does a good job behind the plate, and Taijuan Walker with his frame maybe a little slow to the plate, but it's more of the hitter making contact and not a strike him out, throw him out.
Goes again, pitches low, and Coco has a walk. So the A's in business here in the third.
Can't believe he went off speed. 3-2, he did, and not only did he throw an off speed pitch for a ball, but he also quick pitched, in fact knowing that Sogard was going to be running. And you have to concentrate on the hitter, make the pitch to the hitter, worry about the base runner later.
Fold walked in the first. Seager in. Full to bunt, and he bunts it foul. Deadened it nicely, it just trickled foul.
Good job, Zunino. Good play.
Well, Sam trying to bunt it to the guy that would have to field it, allowing both runners to advance. That would be the third baseman. Try to push down the third base line, but Kind of jabbed at it. It hit the dirt and it went foul.
So see if Fuld tries the bunt again. He's got one sacrifice so far this year. And he does. Back to Walker. Walker spins, throws to third. Got him there. Back to first. And the ball's in the dirt. Dug out by Morrison, but late on Fuld. So Walker got off the mound quickly and did not rush it and made a good throw to third.
Just bunted too hard, and that's what happens when you don't get the first bunt down. Then you want to make sure when you get the sign again. And Morrison, a nice play to keep the ball from going down the line and having a second and third on that play. But Walker did his job, which is exactly what a pitcher should do and is supposed to do in a first and second bunt situation.
So 2 on 1 out now for Reddick, who was called out on strikes in the first inning. And strike called, and Reddick didn't like it, and it looked like it was outside.
Tony Randazzo was getting some late calls tonight, and this one just kept running. Kept running, and then the late call. So
Reddick, the 0-1 pitch, outside again. This one time it's called a ball. 1-1.
Let's go, Walker!
Seager over near the seats, and he caught it. My goodness, he caught it. Reddick is chewing on Tony Randazzo as he walks by. But what a play by Seager.
Well, he's back to the infield and just reached out and stuck his glove, almost like he was knowing he was getting close to the side rail, and just stuck it out, see if the ball could find it. He did. Fans didn't interfere, reach over the rail, and a great play. And I guess that's why you want to go glove.
That was a heck of a play. Yeah. So now it's up to Butler. Butler grounded out to short to end the first inning. A's need a 2-out hit to try to tie this up. Fastball down and away. A's have had base runners in every inning against Walker. Butler out front. Whacks it foul. Heads up down there.
Trying to give
the guy reached out and he missed it, and I think it hit his hand, and the gentleman behind him picked it up and then he gave it to him.
Reluctantly, the guy didn't want to take it.
He did not take it.
He's a #1 teacher too.
See, right there, got a pretty good piece of the hand. Base hit right field. Here comes Cruz. Here comes Coco. Cruz juggles, and now Fuld is going to try for third, and he's in there, and we're tied. Cruz was ready to come up throwing, but he juggled it and dropped it, and that allowed Coco to score.
Well, I think Cruz knew, as we all know, that Mike Gallego is going to send him. That's that inside out swing. Last run batted in by Butler was in Minneapolis. Similar situation, and the transfer couldn't get it done. And he was coming up ready to throw. It has a very strong arm. The way he charged it might have been a close play, but Mike Gallego was going to send Coco Crisp, who does score after walking. Scores his first run of the year.
And it goes as an error. The error allowed Sam Fuld to go from second to third. I don't think Fuld was going. He kind of stopped at second, and then the juggle, and he took off. So It's a single RBI, E9.
And really too close of a play at third, considering all that taking place. Coco being sent 2 outs, and regardless, he was going to be sent. Remember, it was his right elbow that he had the surgery, not his legs. So the legs are fine. So a big 2-out hit by Billy Butler after an unsuccessful butt attempt.
So Butler gets his 15th RBI.
Kyle Seager does not even get a chance to get all the accolades when he goes to the dugout. I mean,
that's right. We forgot about
if Walker, that's right. So did everybody else.
There's one guy who has not forgot about it.
Well,
Josh Reddick.
Exactly.
Smoked foul.
But you make a play like that, the pitcher gets the next guy up, man, it's standing ovation, everybody nice going, and
it's true.
And all of a sudden it's, hey, they scored and tied the game, and trying to see the A's take the lead now. But the Gold Glove holders will remember it, play like that.
2 pitches, bounced foul. So 52 pitches already for Walker. The A's have really made him work this inning. Vogt struck out swinging in the second. Fastball is high at 98 miles an hour.
And I agree with you 100%. That's an easy 90.
Yes, it is.
That's a lot of pitches, though. You're looking at 9 to 10, the optimum to go 9 innings, about 108, 110, and you're doubling that. That means a short stint and a bullpen.
Not surprised. It's sort of the thing with young pitchers. We've seen it with Jesse Hahn. Jesse Hahn's pitched okay for the A's this year, but a lot of pitches.
Right.
Has trouble pitching deep into games, and you just see it all the time with young pitchers. Breaking ball and a good one. So Vogt strikes out for the second time, but the A's get a run as Butler has a 2-out RBI hit. Bottom of the third coming up. It's a 1-1 game. By PG&E, together building a better California. Always see a lot of A's fans up here in Seattle, and why not? It's not a real long flight. Seattle's a great city.
And you hope the 3 trips the A's are up here that the weather's as good as it is this weekend. But you never know until you come into town, because it could be like it is this weekend or expected to be this weekend. It could also, a couple months from now, be cold.
Yeah, and we've been here in the very early part of the season, April, and it's usually chilly, and we've been in here in September, late in the year, and It's actually beautiful then, but it's pretty cold at night. In fact, this year, Ray, our final 3 games of this 2015 season will be right here in Seattle. It'll be nice and comfortable during the day and cool at night. Football weather.
Jeez, why did I know you were going to bring that up? Because you're looking at the stadium right over the left field, right?
That's exactly.
And because of so much football news from the New England Patriots. Yeah. I'm sure that makes all the Seattle folks very happy, right?
Exactly.
What do you mean, yeah?
Don't bring up Tom Brady here. They're grumbling behind us here. The back row is grumbling as Chris Taylor strikes out. So that's 3 strikeouts for Sonny.
It's about that time. He was throwing today, and a lot of good news about this man, Sean Doolittle. You get a chance to get the Sean Doolittle Silhouette Fleece Blanket presented by Kelly-Moore Paints. Tuesday, May the 12th, when the A's host the Boston Red Sox. 15,000 fans will walk away with this green and gold fleece blanket that pays homage to Sean Doolittle's signature pose. Get tickets now at athletics.com/tickets. Maybe Sean's next appearance will be passing out the fleece blankets. That came Tuesday night.
That's right.
Let's see, this is Friday. He threw to hitters today. A lot of excitement. Said he felt great.
It was good to see him on the mound.
That's right. I guess Jesse Chavez's comment was he's ready. But working hard to try to get everything back and get back in the bullpen.
Top of the order for the Mariners. Seth Smith coming over in a trade from the Padres in the offseason. Brandon Marr, the hard-throwing reliever, went to San Diego. Padres picked up all those outfielders, and there really wasn't, and we're not talking about just regular outfielders.
Yeah.
Very, very good outfielders, and there really just wasn't a spot for Seth Smith.
And especially if you get those good outfielders that the other club that they get them from is paying their salaries.
Yeah, well, that makes it even better, yes. We're excited to get Seth Smith, and how about that? For Seth Smith, that's a thing of beauty.
Yep.
For Sonny Gray, he's saying, are you serious?
Well, so there's 2 hits now, one by Logan Morrison, one by Seth Smith. 2 of the 3 hits that Sonny's given up have been a result of the shift.
Yeah.
And look where the third baseman Laurie's playing. I mean, he catches the ball to prevent Smith from getting a double. If that had gotten by him, that's down in the corner for 2 bases. But straight charts and all those things, and again, another pitch that was left up, which really helped Smith to hit the ball the way he did, just like Logan Morrison last night.
So here's Miller, and the ball squirts off Vogt, goes to the backstop, and Smith goes to second. Did that hit something, Ray? It almost sounded like it
his
hit
shin
a
guard.
foot or something.
No, just his glove, his mitt, as he tried to scoop it. And it just happened to hit hard part of his catcher's mitt. You can move all you want, but that was a hard one to try to block. Just couldn't do it.
So now a runner in scoring position. Miller takes outside 2-0. As Ray mentioned earlier briefly, that Miller not the shortstop anymore. Tonight he's DHing, and he's going to get some time in the outfield.
His inconsistency throwing, probably more than anything, and that's the reason he has been moved from the shortstop position. Chris Taylor, who's playing there now, is supposed to be an outstanding shortstop.
I think the Mariners feel like he's a terrific athlete, and he could probably learn a handful of different positions and maybe be a Ben Zobrist type guy because they like his offensive ability. So we'll see. So 3-0. Vogt has a quick meeting with Sonny Gray. Cano, now this is a big hitter to get because you have the heart of the order coming up.
The Seattle game that Sonny pitched his second start, it was a Josh Fegley start. The only start that he's been behind the plate with Sonny.
Pitch to Miller's right in there, first strike.
But he is a very good hitter. He being Miller, and you fall behind him thinking about the guy in the on deck circle, he can do some damage.
He's got some power, is Miller. 3-1 pitch, down and away, and it's a walk. 2 walks for Sonny Gray.
The bad part about that walk, if you look at Cano's at bat, it's almost like he was pitching around him. Walked him on 5 pitches, got behind him 3-0. Robinson Cano wearing the number 22. He wore 24, but I think that number is going to the Hall of Fame next year. Ken Griffey Jr. Be the first Mariner to go into Cooperstown.
Cano was after that fastball.
Randy Johnson this year will go into Cooperstown after 11 seasons playing for the Mariners. Will go in as a Diamondback.
How about that?
It just allows Jr. to be the first Mariner to enter Cooperstown as a player.
Smith and Miller are your runners. Simeon trying to keep Seth Smith somewhat close to second base. Cano last year finished the year with a .314 batting average, 14 homers, 82 RBIs. He had 37 doubles.
And every year in the big leagues, he's had at least 300. I think that is a number that stands out. His batting average, of course, showed the power in New York. Short porch in right field, playing for the Yankees for many years.
Career .310 hitter. And I would guess that he had quite a bit more firepower around him in the Yankees lineup, so his numbers down a little bit last year. But
well, as they said last year when he joined the Mariners, he made everybody else around him much better. He's a very good hitter, for professional hitter. And I'm sure now with Cruz hitting behind him, it's a little bit different there. Pitchers and teams a little bit, I guess, they don't want to pitch around him as much as maybe they did last year, I guess.
And the Mariners will tell you that he was as good and even better than they had hoped last year, all around. And he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Big strikeout for Sonny Gray, his 4th.
As hard as that ball is thrown, and again, he throws the curveball, probably a slider because it's thrown so hard, but it has the bite like a split finger fastball. And I think it was a slider cut. The curveball has a tendency to be more of a loopy type of a curveball. It stays up possibly, but a hard slider. And the A's hitters will get to experience that when they see King Felix on Sunday. With his hard 2-seam fastball, the changeup's thrown about 90 miles per hour. So 1 big out with 2 runners on. A bigger one coming up now in Cruz.
Cruz grounded out to second in the first inning. He takes a fastball low.
Big 3-run home run at the Coliseum against the A's after a play at second was overturned. A play that the umpire thought Marcus Semien didn't have his foot on the bag, so it was challenged. It was recorded as safe, and lo and behold, Mr. Cruz hit a 3-run home run. And as the skipper said, seemed like every challenge the A's lose, and they lost a big one there. Dan Otero, who came in, tried to get the job done.
That was that first weekend of the season, and the A's lost 2 out of 3. They won the first night, Friday night, 12-0.
That's Drew Pomeranz against Taijuan Walker. Pomeranz, his only win has come against these Mariners. Of course, in his career, he's been unhittable.
The A's lost in 11 innings on Saturday, and they lost in 10 innings on Sunday, and that's how the Mariners took 2 out of 3. A couple of frustrating losses.
Well, the Sunday, especially with King Felix on the mound, the A's had the lead, and Cano hit the bullet to right field. Josh Reddick's first game back. And our guys in the studio said everybody's making an error. Well, Josh Reddick made his first game, which, as Josh said, I'm hitting the ball now. Just learn how to catch. I'll be okay. But that's never a problem for him.
2-2. Wide open stance for Cruz. Good swing there. This was that Sunday home run by Cruz in extra innings.
Right down the left field line, and that was a devastating blow because the A's had come back. Clipper couldn't believe it. Out of 14 hit by Cruz in the early part of the season.
And the A's scored 4 in the bottom of the ninth to tie it.
Yeah.
And you had all the momentum in the world. I pop up again. That was a breaking ball that was up a little bit from Gray. How about this? Fastball versus off speed.
Wow.
That's good stuff.
That's one heck of a piece of pie, huh?
That is. So tough out this year, Nelson Cruz. Taps that one slowly, and it's picked up. It's a fair ball, and the throw is late.
And if he let it go, it would have been foul.
No question about it.
And when it took the bad hop, if he just kept running and let the ball go past him, top down the line, and watch this late movement right there. As he reached down to catch it, the good thing is Lowry made a good throw because that ball had taken an immediate left after it hit the edge of the grass. And in Anaheim, a similar play and a bad hop, but it was a bad throw by Brett Lowry before Calhoun hit the home run off Jesse Chavez. So this loads the bases and the tough Seager up. But you go to make the play and you think it's going to be right there fair, and it takes the bad hop. It's just you have to react too quickly to let the ball go.
Seager doubled and scored in the second inning. Fastball just a bit inside. So Smith at third, Miller at second, Cruz at first. 2 hits and a walk in the inning.
Come on now, Seager!
So the A's tied it in the top of the third. Mariners tried to answer back. Good fastball for a strike.
Fastball just moved just enough to catch the inside corner.
Let's go, Seager!
And Vogt blocks it nicely and then scrambles after it. That one bounced out in front of home plate. So Vogt had his hands full there.
Well, that's a hard breaking ball too, and that's a big league block with the runners on base, and he started to reach down, turned his glove, watch this, down and then back up and takes one off the chest protector and keeps it close enough. Somebody on the bench saying, let's go. I wish he would have, because he'd been out by 10 feet. Seth Smith had no chance. Somebody on the bench thought he did.
All right, Seager!
So the count 2-1.
The hitter cannot be looking but anything but a fastball after that breaking ball in the dirt. Would not figure he's going to get anything like that off-speed pitch.
He got a fastball out over the plate, fouled it straight back. So the count 2-2.
That's where the location comes in, because the hitter sees the curveball, figures he's not going to do it again, especially run at third. Throws a fastball, but Sonny Gray threw it perfectly to the outside part of the plate. And Seager, who pulled the ball down the line, his first at bat, fouled this fastball back in a good location.
So 2-2. That one hit high in the air. Playable. Sogard out. Sogard straddling the line. He's got it. Side retired. So Gray gets out of it. And the Mariners leave the bases loaded. 1-1 game after 3.
They're introducing the all-new President's Suite. The luxurious suite is located above the first base bag. They're looking out over the. Oh, it's a beautiful sight. It includes extensive high-end food and beverage package featuring chicken kebabs, caprese sandwiches, sausages, sliders, salads, desserts, sodas, water, beer, wine, and more. Information, you can call 510-638-GO-A's or visit athletics.com/president. Birdie's everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah. He followed those.
How do you do that? Birdie, you're amazing to have the camera out doing all that.
Now, Birdie is not the third announcer in our booth. He is the director down in the TV truck. Mike Bird does a terrific job.
Yeah, we can't forget Tommy Enza. Tommy does a tremendous job as well.
Breaking ball just a little bit low. Ike Davis had an RBI single in the second inning.
You know what I think happened at first when Logan Morrison got in there? Ike Davis was talking so much to him. Maybe he told him there were 2 outs.
Sure, I messed with him a little bit. Do what you got to do, right?
That's right. That's what happened when George Brett got his 3,000th hit in Anaheim. He was so excited talking to the first baseman, got picked off. The Hall of Famer. Wow. Tony Randazzo likes the outside high fastball. Just keeps running. Zunino. Zunino will probably be credited for framing balls in the strike zone, which is a good job of catching the ball, but there's not much you can do other than the way he is catching it. Take the palm, the mitt towards the plate, and bring the ball in a little bit.
Davis, good swing there, fouls it back.
Target field yesterday. High fastball. And he had 32 for the Mets a couple of years ago, and that ball was crushed to right center on a dreary afternoon.
It was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Even more a couple times where it was like, oh boy, here comes the rain, and it rained hard for a little while and then stopped.
But what made it real dreary was 4 walks they scored and 2 errors.
True. Yeah, it was dreary for a couple of reasons. 3-2. Popped up again, foul.
Staying with the fastball. 9th pitch coming up in the at bat. Just have to wonder if he goes something off speed or leading off the inning that Mike Zunino will continue to call the fastball, which I'm sure he's feeling a lot more comfortable about throwing his number 1 pitch.
Another foul. This one headed for the upper deck, up past over our heads to our left. Murray to follow, and then Simeon here in the top of the 4th. Same spot.
He geared up for that fastball. It's almost like he was going to swing at the pitch regardless. He's asking Tony Randazzo if it's a strike, and it was not. But he was geared, loaded up, and of course the way Randazzo's calling strikes tonight, I don't know if he'd take a chance anyway.
Fouled straight back just over top of the screen into the seats.
Number 12 coming up, and I don't know that Ike Davis believes he's seeing all his fastballs, but he does, and that is 6 that he has fouled off after 2 strikes. Not this time.
That's a good pitch. Took a little off, still 90 miles an hour, and that's strikeout number 5 for Walker.
Yeah, you could see all the fingers with Mike Zunino, which would indicate a changeup, and throw a changeup that hard, that's a good one, especially after so many fastballs.
Here's Laurie, who struck out swinging in the second inning. The Rays beat the Rangers tonight 8-2 in St. Petersburg, so that breaks the Texas Rangers 4-game winning streak. Our old friend David DeJesus hit a home run for the Rays.
The Astros ended their losing streak by winning last night.
How about that game?
In 9 innings of night. Did they score the 3 in the 9th?
They did, yeah.
They scored 2 that I saw and then turned it off.
Yep, they scored another one, and then Gregerson got the save, and Astros took it home.
It's Houston streak, back-to-back blown saves. They won the previous night on a walk-off, but not last night.
These two teams are at it again tonight. And the Angels have a 2-0 lead in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss. Another fastball, 97 miles an hour. And Laurie strikes out, 2 outs.
Well, not only is Walker throwing a good fastball, but he's locating it very nicely. He's done it at least to Brett Laurie. Fastball's inside, try to pull the hands and make contact. No chance.
I would say, Ray, we've seen Laurie now for over 30 games, and he likes the ball out away.
Yeah.
If you're going to get him out, you have to get it in on him. And Walker has done that his first 2 at-bats.
It's a little shocking for Brett Laurie that he's seen so many fastballs. As we're usually accustomed to seeing him seeing nothing but something of a spin variety, slider, or curveball.
Listen, good fastballs in are going to get a lot of people
That's
out.
right.
It's not just Brett Laurie.
As long as you get them in.
Yeah. Walker's pumping it in there right now.
Missed the curveball, came back with a fastball, threw it by Simeon.
So he's just letting it go. 98 miles an hour.
Let's go, Walker! Turn!
Takes a deep breath, sets, and the fastball is low.
Well, Marcus, just load up and let it go, because I'd say it's going to be a fastball. Maybe with a little bit extra on it. I don't think so. Change it.
High toward the right field line. Long run for Cruz, and Cruz gets there, and he makes the catch. So a 3-up, 3-down inning with a couple of strikeouts for Tawan Walker. .68 Catfish Hunter throws the 9th perfect game in Major League Baseball history. It was the first in the American League since Charlie Robertson did it in 1922. It was also the first in Oakland franchise, and the first since Bill McCann's when they were the Philadelphia Athletics way back in 1947. There's the numbers. No walks, 11 strikeouts, 228. How about that? He had 3 hits and 3 RBIs that night as well. 4-0. The A's won it.
He was just as proud, if not more, about his hitting and RBI than that. And our good friend, the great Monty Moore, on the mic calling that perfect game. And of course, Monty's going to be up for the 50th anniversary of the Kansas City A's 65, which Monty was there. He's going to be up in Oakland to help celebrate that.
Now, there was not a perfect game after that until 1981. Len Barker with the Indians. So from 68 to 81, that was the gap between perfect games. Had quite a few since then.
Bunches, just after Dallas Braden, which will be 5 years this Sunday that he threw his. Actually, it's the actual date. It's Mother's Day in 2010. That's right. King Felix has one of the perfectos. Roy Halladay, Matt Cain.
Yeah, there's more too. I think
Philip Humber. They had the same. Had two here in the same year. Philip Humber and King Felix.
Morrison fights that one off. 1-2 the count.
But if you look at the kind of the history of those lately who've thrown perfect games, it's almost like you don't want to do it because Braden's out of baseball. Bad shoulder. Matt Cain's on the DL trying to come back. Roy Halladay is out. Philip Humber, where is he? He was in the A's organization, I guess, most recently.
He started struggling soon after.
Yeah, exactly. But it's almost as if pitch a perfect game and beginning of the year. Right? Yeah. But the great call for Ed Farmer, who was on the radio for the White Sox when Philip Humber pitched his against the Mariners. He made the call from Safeco Field as if he was in Chicago. He said that you had sounds
planned to me, Ed. High in the air, right center. But in the ballpark for Fold, and Sam Fold grabs it. Morrison is retired.
Say the Mariners hitters are getting under some fastballs and hitting some towering fly balls. And fortunately, they're in play. Seager, with the bases loaded, did it. Caught by Sogard, and now Sam Fold looking up, watching the replay. Never seen so many guys look at replays.
Oh man!
Whether the swing in the bat, yeah.
The guy will pop out or do whatever, and as soon as they round first base and head back to the dugout, they look right up to the jumbotron. Inside 2-0.
One of the Catfish Hunters teammates, Dick Green, great second baseman. Of course, in the 70s, they didn't have the replays. So he'd come back for the old-timers games and make a good play and look up and watch himself on the replay.
That's right.
So what are you doing? He said, I've never been able to look at myself, so I just want to see how I made the play. And he made some fantastic plays.
He's got World Series highlights.
Oh, yes, he does, like 3 in a row. Monty Barr got to call some great Oakland A's teams in the early 70s, of course, coming from Kansas City. And we always look forward to see the great Monty Moore. Always the best to Monty and his wife Dion down in Porterville, California.
This one is right over our booth. From the sound of the crowd, somebody made a nice play.
And better them than us.
It was right above us.
We do not want it coming in the booth because we will not be making a great play. We'll be hitting the ground or the
Can't pay me enough
floor
to try to catch it.
Maybe Josh will do it back here.
Swing and a miss, and Sonny Gray has strikeout number 5.
MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 13 years. You can watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in true HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. MLB.TV for details, the way to go.
Here's Ackley. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 4th of a 1-1 game. Ackley hit that ball hard to right field in the 2nd inning. Reddick caught. Morrison was caught off first base for a double play. Coco near the seats, and he's got just enough room. And Sonny Gray has a 3-up, 3-down inning. We are on to the 5th from Safeco. 1-1 A's Mariners. Casino Matrix, Silicon Valley's premier 24/7 entertainment destination. 1-1 game, top of the 5th from Seattle. It's nice out. I'm not sure it's that nice, but that gentleman is comfortable.
In other words, it's not something you'd be wearing.
I would not wear that
tonight
or any night. Ever. Sogard, crisp and full.
Sogard ambushed him in his last at-bat, swinging to the first pitch fastball. Now he gets back to his normal, taking a couple of pitches.
Lights were just fine. Blue Jays shut out the Red Sox tonight, 7-0 in Toronto. Josh Donaldson hit his 7th home run in that game. The Red Sox had just 2 hits. How does that lineup get just 2 hits? And did I read where the Red Sox fired their pitching coach?
Yeah, they fired the pitching coach. Now they're not hitting. Chili Davis, their new hitting coach, and he's not going anywhere. He's got a 3-year contract.
Smith comes in, makes a nice sliding catch. Good play by Sussman.
Well, Sogard hit it well after pulling the ball foul, and then Seth Smith. Nice little slide more to stop himself. Has caught it about chest high, but made it look good. You see, outfielders playing shallow and can take a lot of hits away.
Here's Coco. First pitch is a strike. The Red Sox coming into tonight, the worst ERA in the American League at 4.86. So if you're wondering why they fired their pitching coach, well, that's why.
Well, the thing is, a former pitching coach is now their manager, John Farrell. He was a pitching coach for Terry Francona. Went to Toronto as a manager and then came back to Boston when Tito was let go after a horrible season, a collapse, if you will.
0-2 to Coco Crisp. Well, I bring up the Red Sox because they will be at the Coliseum Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we'll see that powerful lineup they have, but also a struggling pitching staff. So Wade Miley, the left-hander, pitched today. Morrison backs up, gets a good hop, flips to Walker, 2 outs. So Sam Fuld will hit.
A little bit different Taijuan Walker tonight than what we saw at the Coliseum the first week of the season.
Yeah, I would agree.
More consistent with the strikes, and although the pitch count getting up rather high, through 77, 3 1/3 in the start in early April, but a little bit different tonight.
Cano dives, cannot quite get it. Robinson Cano with the effort, but it's a hit for Fuld.
Yeah, it's 2 balls that have slid past Cano that you'd think he's going to get to them, but this one very close to him. Almost as if he hit the ground, he brought the glove back to him instead of going after it, and it was hit hard and was able to get past him. Sam Fuld will take it. When you're hitting close to 200, you get a walk and a base hit, you'll take whatever you can get.
Here's Reddick, and the fastball is right there for a strike. Reddick a strikeout, and then he hit that foul pop that Seager made the great play on. So Ray, we've seen the fastball from Walker, 95, 96, but he's throwing that pitch right there that's 89, 90, and it looks like a great pitch for him. Is it a little change, or is he just, it's not a changeup, is he taking a little off? It's got a little movement away.
Yeah, it's like the Felix Hernandez changeup. And actually, Zunino's calling a changeup, and that really is Because when Felix throws it about 88 or 89, 90, they think it's a hard sinker, but it's his changeup. And remember when Rich Harden would throw the hard changeup, comes out of his hand and dives straight down. And so there's the difference in April the 10th and tonight. Just 4 hits for the A's. He's already pitching in the 5th inning. He didn't get out of the 4th in that game.
He gave up 3 in the first, 2 in the second in that game.
But it's more of a hard sinker, and again, it's a hard changeup, if you will, that goes down like a sinker. But Felix Hernandez is a specialist when it comes to that.
Joe Weimel is brought back to the Mariners. You see 94 pitches for Tyrone Walker. So a lot of pitches for the youngster. He's been good, but the 3rd inning and the 4th inning really got him. He scored their run in the 3rd. Runner goes, and it's going to be a stolen base for Fulton. Zunino did not have a good grip on it.
Well, the transfers, it's unbelievable how Cruz had a tough time. Maybe a play on Coco at the plate. Now Zunino, who throws very well. Ball was down, had to reach for it. Maybe this kind of took a little bit away, but the transfer, and just could not make it cleanly enough.
That one's hit high and deep. Center field. Ackley's looking up, and that baby's gone. Reddick with a 2-run shot, and the A's lead 3-1.
Well, I'm glad Zunino couldn't transfer the ball out of his glove. Man, what a shot by Josh Reddick. And you know, he's had a couple of pitches that were called outside that he was upset. He's still upset, it seems, after ripping his helmet off. But he got the fastball from Walker on the outside part of the plate.
Butler hits one toward left center. Smith is under it. He's got it. Side retired. So a little 2-out rally, and it ends with Josh Reddick's 5th home run of the year. So bottom of the 5th coming up. The A's now lead it 3-1. Year. Nelson Cruz against his former team, the Rangers, hits 2 home runs in the first 3 innings. And to top it all off, in the 9th inning, it's a walk-off single. And the Mariners came back and won that game 11-10. It was one of the wildest games of the year anyway. So just one of the many big games that Nelson Cruz has had in the early going. Bunted nicely. Gray throws, and they didn't get him. And that was close.
And Bob Melvin coming down and maybe out to challenge it just to see, and he's going to have Adam Roden. And Sonny Gray, a very athletic player, off the mound quickly. Stephen Vogt went out, got out of the way, and Sonny Gray fired it. And the thing about Taylor jumping at the bag Just a question was in there, and they say it must have been safe. And just barely, as they decided no reason to try to challenge it. So after a 2-run home run by Reddick, first pitch bunt, and Taylor's on.
So Gray back to the stretch. He had retired 4 in a row, and now the top of the order in Seth Smith. So a 3-1 A's lead thanks to the Reddick home run in the top of the 5th. Fastball, strike called, and there's that outside strike that we've seen Tony Randazzo calling tonight, and he called it there on Seth Smith. Smith a strikeout and a base hit. He hit a chopper down the third base line with the shift on.
Always amazed to see base runners look so intently at the signs from the third base coach and then look at the first base and coach and say, what do you do?
Hit.
It's almost like Chris Woodward is saying, I'm going to look too. There are the signs. Now, what did he do? Chris Woodward has the stopwatch to see, and he will tell Taylor, he said, Sonny Gray's pretty quick with his move to first base.
High and foul down the left field line.
Now the high fastball, they wanted to go up with it, and exactly where Zunino wanted it. And Josh Reddick showed a little frustration with that swing because he had a few pitches called strikes he did not like. And you hit a home run to right center here. That's a pretty good poke, and that was a 2-strike pitch. Got all of it.
Smith stays alive there. Miller to follow. After Miller, it would be Cano. Pitch number 80 coming up for Sonny Gray. So his pitch count getting up there quickly as well. He's got 5 strikeouts and a couple of walks. Bounce toward Davis, who picks it up, and it's a fair ball. Davis steps on first base. So 3 unassisted with Taylor going to second.
The A's are trying to get outs, and while that ball would have gone foul had Davis let it go, but they're trying to get outs, take the out, and Seth Smith, you never know what he might have done if you let it roll foul. Good backhanded play by Ike Davis, catching it just inside the foul line.
So now 1 away, and here's Brad Miller. A ground out and a walk for Miller so far. And he goes around on that slider. Cano to follow, so big man to get. Guess you could always say that with the guy who's hitting in front of Robinson Cano, especially if there's a guy on base already. And he went around, I do believe. Yes, he did. 0-2.
So he's guessed both times and incorrectly both times. He's had half swings. Curveball first pitch, fastball here, and that is a swing, big swing.
Outfield straightaway for Brad Miller. As I say that, Sam Fuld takes about 4 steps toward left center, so moving around a little bit.
Stephen Vogt getting his work in tonight. See what happens with that cap. I think you see as a hitter falls behind in the count and figure he might be waiting a little bit longer going opposite field, and it's where you see the shift a little bit. Sam folds slightly into left center just in case Miller goes that direction.
And Miller chased another ball in the dirt. Vogt will throw to first, and that's out number 2. So 6 strikeouts for Sonny Gray, and now he's got to get Cano.
Such a hard pitch to lay off if you're a hitter, and Stephen Vogt almost caught it, blocked it, almost threw too quickly. As Miller was getting down the line, Stephen Vogt had plenty of time, but maybe he wanted to get it to Ike Davis quickly in case the runner at second, Taylor, had any thoughts of advancing. That is a hard pitch not to swing at. You commit for a fastball, which is mid-90s from Sonny Gray, and then he throws a hard slider in the dirt. Makes it tough.
Cano has walked and struck out. Taylor, good speed at second base. Sonny Gray has had 1 3-up, 3-down inning, and that was last inning. He spent a fair amount of time in the stretch tonight. Yeah, it's 2-0.
He got used to it in his last start.
He did. That's true. 7 walks.
2 walks, 7 hits, or 2 hits, 7 walks.
It was the best 7-walk performance we've seen, because even when he was walking guys, you still figured he had things pretty much under control, and he did. 2-0 to Cano. Hit right to Simeon, who is playing behind second base. Side retired. Sonny works out of the jam. No damage done after the leadoff single. We're on to the 6th. A's leading 3-1.
The weekend against the White Sox, we've talked about a lot of things. How about Sunday, May the 17th, when the A's take on the White Sox? 15,000 fans will receive a pair of A's branded Mustang socks driven by Chevrolet. Get your tickets now by calling 877-493-BALL or visit athletics.com/tickets. Got your fireworks on Saturday. Our partner Glenn Kuiper socks on Sunday. Oh, can't wait for him to put on those mustache socks.
No, can't wait either. As long as you do it with me.
Well, you're the sock master, so I don't know if I could even come close to duplicating you.
When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Joe Beimel.
Yep, he's back.
Now, you may think, oh, yeah, Beimel pitched good for the Mariners last year and mainstay in their bullpen. Well, he did pitch good for the Mariners last year, but they didn't re-sign him.
That's right.
And he was looking for a job, which I thought was interesting. He ended up re-signing with Seattle on April 2nd on a minor league deal. I was very surprised that nobody grabbed it. Actually, he did. He signed with somebody, and then they let him go. the way, he's back with the Mariners, and now he's in the big leagues. And he gets Stephen Vogt. So Joe Bima, veteran left-hander, takes over for Taijuan Walker, who goes 5 innings, and he was rolling along, and then Reddick got him for the home run.
Well, the one thing Lloyd McClendon has said, as every manager will say, you need the starter to go deeper in the game. And we've talked about it with the A's. Sonny Gray, his pitch count getting up high. We'll see how deep he's going to go. But for Walker to go 5 innings, Lloyd McClendon saying it puts a lot of stress on the bullpen. You talked about that, brought it up, which is very true. When the relievers have to pitch a lot, makes a big difference.
Davis is retired, and that time the shift worked for the Mariners. Well, it usually goes hand in hand. I mean, I think a bullpen can, if it has to work a lot, it can get away with it for a little while, but at some point it'll catch up with you. So with 2 outs, here's Laurie. Laurie dribbles one, foul.
Well, yesterday in Minneapolis, Ricky Nolasco went 5 innings, depending on a 12-out save from his bullpen, and he was fortunate to get it. He got the win pitching just 5 innings.
Right.
And the bullpen with Ben Perkins getting the last 4 outs. But the bullpen did a good job, but that's unusual when you're trying to protect the lead for 4 innings. The Twins were able to do it, and Paul Molitor had a big series, big homestand. His first-year manager for the Twins.
This tapper is going to stay fair. Bimel to first, and they just get Laurie. And Joe Bimel has a 3-up, 3-down inning, 3 ground ball outs. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Cruz to lead it off. 3-1 A's.
Tonight, Logan Morrison going against the shift, driving home Seager, first run of the game. But Billy Butler, opposite field hitting as he did in Minneapolis. Cruz could not come up with the ball, fumbled it. Coco scores his first run of the season. Josh Reddick, seen so many outside fastballs, decided to swing at one and hit it to right center. 5th home run for Reddick. All 5 home runs have either put the A's ahead or increased their lead, which is good. You can do that and help your club either extend or take it. In this case, it was a 1-1 game. Josh Reddick made it 3-1. Sonny Gray trying to keep it going.
Cruz chases a high fastball.
Pep, I saw something with Nelson Cruz. Great camera crew and producer director had a shot of Nelson Cruz in between innings while we were not on the air. But while Sonny Gray was warming up, he was watching every pitch from the dugout. And this was last inning. Of course, he's sitting now, but he was standing on the top step, watching intently as Sonny Gray made his pitches, maybe trying to figure out something. but it just shows that it's more than just sitting on the bench, picking up a bat and going up in the on-deck circle and to the plate and start hacking. But we don't know if he picked up anything.
Sogard has it. His throw to first is high, and it goes right into the dugout.
Wow.
And that's going to give Cruz second base. He was going to beat it out.
Yeah.
So it should be a hit and an error. But the throw sailed over Ike Davis' head and right through that little walkway.
And there is just 2 walkways, and he found one. One down at the end. Actually, here there are 3. One in the middle, one on each end. And all those screens and protection been put up in front of the dugouts to protect baseballs hit into the dugout. So the players, everybody stands up on top. But that one went right in to the dugout. So the infield hit E4. And there they are.
So here's Seager, runner at second, nobody out. Up and away. So first error of the night for the A's. They're 28th of the year. Heads up. Bat ball. We got a new Oakland A, Ray. Major League debut. Angel Castro, the right-hander, selected from AAA. RJ Alvarez option back down. Chad Smith, who we just saw, was traded to the Angels today. So Angel Castro, right-hander, is in the bullpen, and he's hoping to make his Major League debut. Angel Castro.
It took him about 12 years in the minor leagues.
Yeah, he's 32 years old. He got an early flight today.
5:30. Right, Mickey Morbido put him on another one.
Why not?
And then they found out the A's reacquired Matt Carson from the
That's right, from the Dodgers.
AAA.
Seager chased a high breaking ball, and it's 1-2. So it's been a little bit of a shuffle back and forth in that bullpen.
Trying to get it right. Fernando Rodriguez yesterday did a tremendous job for the A's out of the bullpen. There they are, ready, and they will get some work tonight because Sonny Gray's pitch count's getting up to the point that it's going to be looking at somebody.
And listen, Bob Melvin said, hey, if you pitch good,
That's right.
I'm going to get you in there because I'm not sure where to go right now with my bullpen guys. It's been a struggle.
You know, and normally when that phone rings the bullpen, guys know who it's for. But really, Tyler Clippard said in a meeting the other day, he said, hey, when that phone rings, whoever's called, get in and do the job. Let's go. You know, let's all be prepared that whenever the phone rings. But that's really called having guys in certain areas that they know they're going to be pitching. But wow.
8 losses by the bullpen. And you saw the ERA is over 5. We're not used to that.
No, they're not used to it. And they will be better.
1-2 pitch. And a strike called at the knees. Seager gets caught. Looking.
You know, Seager knew it. He just stood there and was hoping that he's not going to be called out. But he was guessing about something else. And he just playing it cool, said, I'm going to stay up here. That's not a strike. And yes, it is. And a rare called third strike that Seager has attached to his name. So Sonny Gray went up high with a cutter, or maybe a slider that was a little bit high, and then great fastball down the lower part of the strike zone.
So 1 out for Morrison. Morrison hits it high behind home plate. Vogt coming back, but it's in the seats. So Gray jumps ahead of Logan Morrison, who singled in a run in the second, hit a fly ball to center in the fourth. Morrison, good power, 4 home runs this year. Swing and a miss. 0-2. That ball just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, that's a hard backdoor slider, and he is throwing his slider like it's a splitter or a hard sinker. I mean, and I think that's why he's gone more to the slider than the curveball, because he can throw it harder and get more swing and misses and guys committing early than he would say on a curveball that may be of a store variety, and more chance of maybe hanging the curveball versus a slider. Another one. Have a night, Stephen Vogt. It's been good. He's gotten his work in tonight, and this is a case where he's 0 for 3 at the plate, but behind the plate, he's perfect. I know everybody says you're a catcher. You're going to talk about catchers.
Well,
but you know what?
It's your job.
The bottom line, he's done a tremendous job, because he knew coming into this game that he wanted his pitcher to pitch down in the zone, hard breaking pitches, a lot of them in the dirt. His job is to block them. He's done it tonight.
And that's a good pitch right on the outside corner with a fastball. So Seager looked at a fastball for strike 3. Morrison looks at a fastball for strike 3.
You know what they're doing? They're thinking about that hard slider. They don't want to commit too soon and swinging a bad pitch in the dirt. So what are they doing? Back-to-back power left-handers taking fastballs outside corners. And he's like, oh, I can't believe I took that. And it's strike 3 call. Shaking the head. That's what you like to see as a pitcher.
So 2 outs now for Zunino. Cruz still at second base. Fastball high to Zunino. Zunino has struck out twice, both times swinging. Zunino, much like last year, he's got power, but he strikes out a lot. This year he has struck out 33 times in 81 at bats. Yeah. So that's more than a third of the time. That's too much.
I think he has a record for most home runs hit as Mariners catcher, which is a nice number to have. But
if you strike out that much, you better hit a lot.
Well, yeah, but you also need to at least put the ball in play a little bit more. As Evan Scribner, we've seen Scribner in 8th inning, but this is probably more of a matchups now with him starting to get loose in the bottom of the 6th.
Swing and a miss. 95-mile-an-hour fastball on pitch number 102 from Sonny Gray.
You know the old saying, a pitcher will tell you how he's pitching. Sonny Gray's pitching great.
Yes, he is.
Forget about the pitch count.
You are right.
Because he is pitching great, and there's adrenaline, and you don't want to wear him out too much. But the way he's pitching now, especially in a crucial situation.
Well, he's retired 9 of the last 11, and the 2 base runners was the Taylor bunt hit, and the Cruz error was an infield hit. So there's not been a lot of loud contact in the last 3 innings against Sonny Gray.
The clicker, as they call it, the pitching coach has, and of course it's on the board of how many pitches he has thrown, strikes and balls. Pitch count total.
And a fastball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. How about that inning? So Sonny Gray with 9 strikeouts through 6 innings. Throw some heat past Mike Zunino. 3-1 A's lead as we go to the 7th.
Thursday, May the 28th, that'll be against the New York Yankees. 15,000 fans will receive, and it is a one-of-a-kind Stephen Vogt referee bobblehead driven by Chevrolet, which features audio of his referee calls and the famous fan chant, "You believe in Stephen Vogt? We all do." Get your tickets now by calling 877-493-BALL, or you can visit athletics.com/tickets, and I think we all agree, be in line early. It's the Yankees, of course, but it's also the Stephen Vogt one-of-a-kind bobblehead in that wonderful referee uniform.
Well, I have 2 kids at home, age 10 and 7, and of all the bobbleheads that they've wanted, this one is by far the most. I mean, they're like, "Dad, you have to get him, Dad. If you don't get him, we're never going to talk to you again."
Right.
So there's a lot of pressure. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Danny Farquhar comes in. Joe Bimo with a perfect 6th inning. Farquhar here in the 7th to face Simeon, Sogard, and Crisp. Farquhar, kind of like a lot of the Mariners relievers. Last year, he was really good. 66 games, a 2.66 ERA, but not quite the same this year. The ERA significantly higher.
Look out.
Heads up. And really, that's been sort of an issue. I mean, last year, Ray, their bullpen was the best in baseball, or the best in the American League. 2.59 ERA.
Just a bit.
Just not quite the same this year.
No, and that makes it tough on Rick Waits, the pitching coach, and Bud McClendon, the manager, because if your starter only goes 5 and you've got to mix and match in a bullpen, and a bullpen that has had its struggles. Bimel did a great job, and that's a great breaking ball.
3-2.
Yep. And I think Mike Zunino tonight, we've seen this catcher tonight do what a catcher should do. If he struggled with a fastball, come back. In this case, breaking ball when the hitter's looking for the fastball. He throws a curveball, and Zunino's done a tremendous job in that respect with his starting pitcher. Just a mistake by Walker, the 2-run home run, but other than that, he's putting down the right fingers.
So here's Sogard. Seager over again. He may have another chance to make a great play. Not quite. The fan instead makes a nice play. But the Mariners' team ERA is 4.31 right now, and that's 10th in the American League. Last year for the season rate, 3.17. That.
It is.
So the count 0-2 to Seager.
I don't know if it seems like what Sogard is just trying to do is go the ball in the opposite field. Yeah, that's a good pitch to lay off. All of a sudden, the bullpen of the Mariners is starting. That's 5 in a row. Make it 6 in a row with the 1 out by Butler with Walker, but Farquhar following Bimel. And I think a lot of times that's why hitting becomes such a difficult job, especially after the starter leaves, because you're seeing so many different guys coming out of the bullpen, the specialists, that all of a sudden it's lefty on lefty, righty on righty.
So here's Coco, and the first pitch up and away from Farquhar. Coco 0 for 2. He walked and scored in the 3rd inning.
A's bullpen looks like somebody's going to be coming in for the 7th inning after Sonny Gray did a tremendous job for 6, especially striking out the side in the 6th. Evan Scribner looks like he's going to have the 7th.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Farquhar there.
Good changeup, and right over the top out in front is Coco. I think we're seeing proof tonight, okay, especially with a couple of relievers, the Mariners coming in, going with their catcher. And the bullpens are a long way out there.
Yes, they are. Deep left center field.
And see the numbers for Sonny Gray, outstanding again. Just a couple of walks, 9 strikeouts. But all the more reason when a reliever comes in, while he may have an idea of a pitch that works for him, it's the guy behind the plate who's been in the game and can tell what the hitters are doing and how they have hit so far. In the case of Walker, Sonny Gray, 6 innings. Now Stephen Vogt, standing next to him, will get the relievers coming in. And that's, again, all the most important thing is to say, all right, catcher knows. He's been back there. Stephen Vogt's done a tremendous job tonight catching Sonny Gray for 6 innings. Jesse Chavez talking to Sonny Gray, or listening to Sonny. Jesse will get the start on Sunday against King Felix. Scott Kazmir will start Monday night against the Red Sox at the Coliseum.
Tapped again, foul. Ty Waller picks it up. Six consecutive A's have been retired. So,
yeah, it's interesting about that conversation of watching Sonny Gray. He will not say a word the day he's pitching until after he pitches.
Until he's done. Good pitch by Farquhar. So good inning by the right-hander. He gets a couple of strikeouts. 7th inning stretch from Safeco coming up. It's the A's 3, the Mariners 1. Studio, and that, folks, is not
good news.
Good news. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We'll keep our fingers crossed, but that's not what we wanted to hear. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. So Scribner takes over here in the 7th inning. He'll face Ackley, Taylor, and Smith. And Evan Scribner's been really, really good in the early going this year.
So you look at this lineup, and you see Ackley's left. You got Taylor's going to come up and bat right. And then lefty and Seth Smith. So this tells you a lot about, well, the A's have just one lefty in the bullpen, Fernando Abad. But it also means that Evan Scribner, with his newfound cut fastball and curveball, can handle lefties. And there's a good fastball to start. There's Fernando in front of Dan Otero.
Curve outside to Ackley. Ackley is lined into a double play and hit a fly ball to left field. So he's 0 for 2. Really struggling. 176 is the batting average. Throws that one foul. So now he's behind in the count 1-2. So Sonny Gray goes 6 good innings. 9 strikeouts.
Yep.
For Sonny Gray. In fact, he had a strikeout in every inning, including 3 in the 6th.
How about Mike Zunino? I think he's not happy that Gray's out. Struck out 3 times.
And that's going to be a base hit. So leadoff hit for Ackley. Hey, if you're looking for the best coverage of Oakland A's baseball, we'll tell you what to do. You log on to csncalifornia.com as our A's insider Joe Stiglitz provides wire-to-wire reporting of the A's season with breaking news, video, special features, and more only on csncalifornia.com. Joe Stiglitz is in the house here at Safeco Field. So the first pitch to Taylor is a swing and a miss. Chris Taylor with a strikeout and a bunt single.
And it looked like it was a cut fastball that Ackley hit, trying to get inside. It did not get all the way, but the first pitch to Taylor, good cutter away from him. Like that one.
And now it's 0-2. So with the somewhat shuffling of the bullpen that we mentioned a couple innings ago, Evan Scribner's a guy who has taken advantage of it.
Yeah.
And now he's starting to pitch a little deeper in the game.
Right. Well, he's got the 7th. Of course, it's a question of what the A's are going to do with the middle part of the batting order, which is due up 3rd now with Cano, if Abad would start to get ready for him.
Big curve hit off the end of the bat by Taylor.
The thing that Scribner's able to do is that's pitch multiple innings. He's not just a one-inning pitcher.
Ackley, good lead at first. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 10 strikeouts for A's pitchers. And it's only the 7th inning.
But again, look at the movement. A little bit towards the outside. He might have turned the ball over a little bit, but regardless, got the job done. Good strikeout, especially with a guy who can hit behind the runner towards right field.
Smith has a hit tonight, infield hit, 1 for 3. Fastball is high. Mariners bullpen working again. Charlie Furbush. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. It's over in Anaheim. The Angels shut out the Astros 2-0, Ray. And how about this line? Jared Weaver, complete game 6 hitter.
Congratulations.
No walks, 6 strikeouts. He needed that.
I think he did it pretty quickly, too, considering this game is just in the 7th inning, started around the same time.
How about 2:09?
Yeah, that's about right. Good fastball from Evan Scribner, lower part of the zone, called a strike. So Tony Randazzo has liked that outside, whether up a little bit or down in the strike zone, lower part.
Weaver threw 120 pitches in that game to get his first win.
Well, that's great because there's been some talk about the velocity in his fastball, but he's still a crafty pitcher, and good to see him do as well as he did tonight. And they could have won last night. They were ahead 2-0 going in the 9th inning last night, and
that's right.
Ended up having the Astros come back to beat them 3-2.
It's a 7th career shutout for Jared Weaver.
No hitter against the Twins a couple years ago. So the veteran who stayed at home.
So the Angels now 14-16 on the year. Astros with the loss dropped to 19-11. Nice block. The runner takes off. Throw to second base is just a bit late. Ackley comes off, but he's able to reach back and get back to the bag.
Stephen Vogt blocked the curveball and got up quickly and threw as Ackley going to second. Secondary lead took off immediately. And well, you're right. Watch the foot come off as right there, but Marcus Semien was trying to catch the ball on the hop. So that'll go as a wild pitch.
And now full count. Brad Miller is the on-deck hitter. Remember, after Miller, it's Cano. Two pitch, high fastball. He struck him out.
Yeah, 2 pitches before that. Remember, Stephen Vogt jumped outside on the 1 and 2, tried to get him to chase a similar pitch, was too far off the plate. Came back with a curveball, then a fastball exactly where Stephen had wanted it 2 pitches before. So great location, went upstairs, and Seth Smith cannot handle it.
So 2 outs now for Miller. Fastball in for a strike. Tigers beat the Royals 6-5 with a run in the bottom of the 9th. So the Tigers jump over the Royals back into first place in the AL Central. Rodriguez and Abad now up, so lefty and a righty for the A's. See, for the Royals, they put Jason Vargas on the disabled list with a flexor strain in his elbow. I think they're not crossing their fingers in Kansas City for that as well.
There's Uncle Charlie.
And a good one.
Boy, you get a lot of hitters doing exactly what Miller did on that curveball, and watch him start and say, I got to swing at it. No, it's not going to be a strike, and that is a great pitch.
High fastball. Vogt wanted it, and Scribner put it there. Miller lays off.
Let's go, Miller!
Very close, but a little outside, says Tony Randazzo.
Well, the height was okay, just ran off the plate a little bit too much.
Curve, line fair. Headed for the corner. Ackley will score. And Miller's going to have a double, and that's a big hit.
And you know, he fooled him on one curveball. This one with 2 strikes, a little bit different, because watch what he does on a pretty good curve from Scribner. But it's almost, he figured that he threw one that I flinched. This time, again with 2 strikes, and he hammered to right field. That's pretty good hitting by Miller to be able to handle the curveball the way he did.
So now it's 3-2. Bob Melvin coming out. He's looking toward the bullpen, and he wants Abad to face Cano. So Scribner gives up a run here in the 7th, and the Mariners still batting. So Abad to face Cano when we come back.
Xfinity when the A's take on the Chicago White Sox. Fans will dress up as their favorite superheroes, and music from iconic shows and movies will accompany the show. Fans can watch from the outfield grass, but as you know, on-field capacity is limited, so get your tickets at athletics.com/fireworks. Always good at the Coliseum. That's one of 6. That is a week from tomorrow night.
So, a key moment in the game, obviously, as Abad comes in to face Cano. 13th appearance for Fernando Abad. 10 hits and 3 walks allowed in 8 1/3 innings, and the left-handed hitters hitting .412 against him, and that's hard to believe because he strikes us as a tough at bat for a left-handed hitter.
Well, the one thing Jesse Chavez, and Jesse said that the pitchers kind of monitor each other. They watch, and said Fernando Abad had been opening up with the front side a little bit too quickly, and as a result dragging the arm through and hanging breaking balls. That right there is a good breaking ball. That's the kind he wants to throw. Throw it hard, and it's a hard slider. Cano didn't offer at it, as maybe recognized the spin. And this might be a 1-batter appearance with Cruz in the on-deck circle, Fernando Rodriguez loosening. But that's the type of slider curveball he wants to throw. Hard, lefty on lefty, not open up so much that he throws a slower variety and gives the left-handed hitter a chance to drive it.
Breaking ball again, and this time Cano chased it. It looked like about the same pitch, same spot.
But that's called guessing, and he was guessing. Cano guessing fastball, got the slider. But that's the reason you throw it hard, because if a hitter is guessing fastball and he sees it, he's going to commit. He does not have a chance to hit it. But if you throw it slower, that's when good hitters stay back enough to be able to drive the ball. They're playing Cano as straight up as you will find any hitter.
High fastball, swing and a miss.
Now he can come back, same fastball, come back with a slider. And that's just going up the ladder after a low slider down and away.
Stayed with a fastball up and into Cano, who fouls it back. 94 miles an hour. Miller, the runner at second, he doubled in a run to make it a 3-2 game. And that one is line foul. Another fastball, 95 miles an hour.
Bond pitched 2/3 of an inning in Minneapolis, and while it was in a blowout, it's almost as if the confidence came back a little bit. And that is the confidence to throw the hard slider and the fastball, especially lefty on lefty, which is his job, to get the tough lefties out.
That would bounce fair. Down the right field line, this game is tied. Cano hustling for second, and he will make it with a sliding double. He just poked the slider right past Davis, and we got ourselves a new ball game.
Yeah, that's too bad. He left it in a little bit too much right there, and unlike the one he had thrown that he missed, was down and away out of the strike zone, that one wrapped a little bit too much, and just excellent hitting by Robinson Cano. And as the old saying goes, they pay him a lot of money to do exactly that, and that tied the game. So 2 out hits after Scribner had gotten 2 strikeouts. The leadoff single, and then back-to-back RBI doubles.
Now they're going to walk Cruz to face Seager. So for Cano, that's his 8th RBI of the year.
Well, and Sonny Gray gets another tough no decision after 6 very good innings of pitching.
Hard to believe.
Yeah.
So now it'll be 2 on, 2 out for Seager.
But you know, Seager's a very good hitter, just like Cano. And the thing that Abad has to do, and it's possible that he's being told now by Stephen Vogt, throw the slider, throw it hard, do not give a chance. And I think the consistency of the hard slider is the most important thing for Fernando Abad.
Seager, a couple of hits against Abad in his career. This year, Seager is a .269 hitter against left-handers. First pitch, slider, drops low.
See, that's almost good that he didn't swing at it, because that's in the middle of the plate. It was just low. Lefty on lefty, keep harping on it, but you want the slider to be really out of the strike zone. That chase slider, get a left-handed hitter to chase a pitch out and maybe off the plate.
Good slider there.
Talk about having to regroup after you've just blown a save, allow the tying run to score, intentionally walk a big hitter. Now you got to face another lefty and just cannot remember and think, have a short memory.
Tapped foul at the plate, rolls out to Abad. That'll be one of the hardest things for a pitcher to do.
Yeah. Charlie Furbush, who would be the third reliever out of the Mariners bullpen. The first two, Maimo and Farquhar, have done a very good job, holding the A's to nothing.
Lays off.
Well, hard slider, Stephen Vogt moving out, and that's what you tell your pitcher. You throw it, I'll block it. Stephen Vogt's had his work tonight with Sonny Gray and now with Abad.
So 2-2 the count. And Seager lays off a very tough pitch. And he did. He was able to hold up. So Cano at second, Cruz at first. They will take off with the pitch. Here it is. And a curve, strike three call. Seager can't believe it. He thought it was high. So Tony Randazzo rings up Seager. Here's the pitch. The Mariners get 2 to tie it here in the bottom of the 7th. Your team can collaborate at a whole new level with video walls for Prism. Learn how at Prism.com. Well, the one place we want to be tonight is at the ballpark.
That's right.
But if not there, that wouldn't be a bad place to be.
That's what those two people were looking at on the bench that Birdie took a picture of earlier. So Birdie's out again, working hard.
So when it's time for change, take Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. As Charlie Furbush, the left-hander, comes in. He's the third reliever in this game for Seattle. The first two have been perfect. Beimel, the 6th. Farquhar, the 7th. And now Furbush to face Fold, Reddick, and Butler, but it's not going to be Sam Fold. It's going to be Billy Burns. So Burns to hit for Fold. Burns, of course, is a switch hitter, so he swings around to hit from the right side. He swings and misses at the first pitch. So the Mariners get two huge 2-out RBI doubles. And the slider hit Burns in the foot.
You know, you could say he didn't try to get out of the way of it, but it was a heat-seeking slider that just nailed his foot. It's kind of funny because he didn't move. He just started swinging. It just kept going. And then he realized, I got to hop, skip, and jump because that hurt. Right on the right big toe.
So leadoff man aboard. Here's Reddick. Reddick takes a fastball for a strike. Reddick, a big 2-run homer in the 5th. At the time, it gave the A's the 3-1 lead. Reddick has also popped out and struck out. And that one through the legs of Zunino, and Burns goes to second.
That's a good break because Zunino's usually excellent at that. He just had a ball scoot under his catcher's mitt. Hard slider from Furbush, and see him come up just enough, about 4 inches, and just enough for the baseball to stay down and scoot between his legs. So a whole different attitude now for Josh Reddick, trying to get out in front and pull the ball with Burns at second.
Butler to follow. And that one hit high in the air to center field. Ackley's going back. He's near the fence, and Ackley grabs it. He gets it back in. Burns to third with 1 out.
Well, Josh Reddick, what a great job pulling the hands in. Well, it was not a ground ball, but look at that. That's a great swing, and a curveball stayed back and just lifted, and any place except 400 feet straightaway center. If he pulled it right center where he did his last at bat, or to right field, it's a 2-run home run. But they're going to walk Billy Butler. Whoa. How about a wild pitch?
Be ready, Billy.
That's right. You've got to be ready because you just never know about intentional walks. That's the reason they make a pitcher throw 4 for the intentional walk, because of something like that. Now here's the previous, the first one on the intentional walk, and oh, that's a great save by Zunino.
Well, the velocity on the intentional walk is pretty good from Furbush. Some guys just lob it in there.
Right.
That's the scary ones, when they just try to flip it in there.
Well, let's all believe in Stephen Vogt, because another tough lefty. And Stephen Vogt's going to try to do it first and third and 1 out.
So the A's trying to get this lead back. Vogt is 4 for 14. against left-handed pitching this year. The first pitch, slider.
All 4 hits have driven in big runs for the A's, one including a 3-run home run. Just a sweeping slider that looks like Steven is going to watch it all the way just to take a look at it.
Another slider, cued foul right off the end of the bat. Vogt checks his bat. He's got the cupped end of the bat, and that's right where it hit. You saw some stuff flying there, and it may have been a little bit of the bat. Doesn't necessarily mean it cracks, but
and the A's back-to-back lefties in Vogt and then Ike Davis. Started the game against the right-hander Walker. Now Furbush the lefty.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And the way Randazzo's been calling strikes tonight, I'm not surprised that he called that one a strike.
Exactly.
It was not a bad pitch.
Yeah, Mark Canha's going to pinch hit for Ike Davis. Stephen Vogt, pretty good eye, took it, thinking it's off the plate.
So Canha to hit for Davis. They'll talk about it on the mound. You'd hate to let this opportunity slip away. Lloyd McClendon's coming out.
Had to make sure that his reliever was loose, and he is, as he's made the call.
That's Mark Lowe.
He's called up.
And he's coming in. So the wheels are turning here at Safeco Field. 3-3 game, top of the 8th. Game, post game, and on Sportsnet Central. All the way through the playoffs. Coverage begins tomorrow at 4 p.m. It's Game 3 in Memphis. Warriors and the Grizzlies. Ron, Monty, Rado, Papa, St. J.B. Feldy, and Kareem with all the coverage. And it's from the group that have followed the Warriors all season long. It's the authentic home of the Golden State Warriors, Comcast Sportsnet. So good luck to the Warriors. That series tied a game apiece. They will battle out Game 3 tomorrow night.
Tell you how things have changed for the Athletics as Mark Lowe comes in, as he was just called up, 2/3 of an inning and 1 appearance, so just the second. A lot of zeros there for him. But I say that this game started with Taijuan Walker on the mound, and Mark Canha, the pinch hitter, blasted his first major league home run off Taijuan Walker at the Coliseum. 2-0 fastball, crushed it way deep in left field. So now he comes in pinch hitting against another hard throwing right-hander, Lowe, trying to find a way to get the runner in from third.
First pitch, slider first strike. Four home runs, 14 RBIs for Canha. Outfield pulled around toward left center. Swing and a miss. A fastball 96 right on the outside corner.
Well, this is at the Coliseum, April the 10th, and that was a no doubt. Very deep, and they walkway. Right now, a long single, a single of any kind, wild pitch, pass ball, air, begging, yes.
Sure, it's okay. I'm with you.
How about something outside? That's what he's going to get, so be looking.
And he rolled over a little bit, but stayed alive.
Marcana, of course, in these situations, not a lot of opportunities pinch hit, but well, if there's ever time to think about the pitch you're going to be getting, which is normally, in this case, something outside, because Zdeno remembers the fastball yet for the 2-run home run, so he's going to stay outside, shoot it to right field, just like Billy Butler.
0-2 pitch, hit hard. Seager stays down. He'll go to second, side retired. So the A's leave him at the corners. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's a 3-3 game. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 3-5-1 for the A's, 3-9-1 for the Mariners. Both starting pitchers were pretty good, but both are going to receive no decisions. Reddick with a 2-run homer, and for the Seattle Mariners, a 2 spot in the bottom of the 7th, and they came back to tie up this game. So bottom of the 8th now. Billy Burns stays in the game in center field, and Marcana stays in the game at first base. So Fold out, Ike Davis out, and Logan Morrison steps in against Abad. First pitch slider, check swing, no swing.
There's your check swing, and that's not a swing. So Jerry Davis has been very consistent with the lefties tonight.
Morrison 1 for 3. He had an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Brought home Seager.
And they with the lefty, they have the shift. The A's do with 4 or 3 to the right side. Only Brett Lowry between third and short in his positioning.
Inside, Morrison hanging out over the plate a little bit. Fernando Rodriguez is in the A's bullpen, and just on the other side of the wall is Fernando Rodney. They're really very close to each other.
Yeah, I think you just stick their hand through that wall and just shake hands.
Open that door. 3-1. See?
There they are.
Scott Emerson's there, though. He's sort of the doorman.
Well, the Fernando on the left is going to be coming in probably to face the next right-handed hitter. The Fernando on the right will be coming in regardless to try to preserve a tie game or try to save the game if the Mariners take the lead. But they Let's hope that is not the case.
And now 3-2.
Big sweeping breaking ball, and again Morrison taking it all the way. The old saying, you throw it 3-1, you throw it 3-2. We'll see if Fernando Abad does it. Hey, 3 Fernandos. How about that?
I know.
Gosh, that's amazing.
And that's got a piece of vote. So a fastball that time, and Morrison fouls it back.
Thick mask and a helmet. Why catchers wear that just in the event this happens, because it's a shot right off the face mask. I guess George Springer's shot against the wall put him on the 7-day concussion disabled list.
Almost not surprised at the fact that he hit the wall so hard, so we hope he's okay. Slider bounce to Canna. Canna underhands, and Abad has to hustle to get there. And he does.
Glad Abad was covering, because that was a lot closer. Looked like Mark Canna was going to take it himself.
So Bob Melvin's coming out.
So another breaking ball and a good one, and Canna had to back up, and that's the reason he decided to feed it to Fernando Abad covering. That's why pitcher Hurley gets to first base, because that was going to be a foot race that Canna probably was not going to win if he had to try to take the bag himself.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
So Fernando Abad gets the first out here in the 8th inning. And now it's Fernando Rodriguez, who looked so good yesterday. He was just called up, got in the game, and he had 4 strikeouts in 2 innings yesterday, so he's back out there again. Bob Melvin says, hey, you show me you're ready to pitch well, and I'm going to get you in there.
Right.
And look at this. It's a tie game on the road, bottom of the 8th inning, and Fernando Rodriguez is in the game.
After the 2 innings yesterday, so that's good. And for him, he said the only change he made, you can see the front leg, see him kind of curl it a little bit. Last year, he straight leg with the front leg, and as a result, he's flying open too much. So all he did is make a slight change, and all you have to do is watch the front leg. Kind of buckles it a little bit. That kind of keeps him closed right there, and then lets it go. 2 pretty good pitches outside corner. Nice, easy to deliver. There's the front leg, and well, what a slight difference. Just really not that much, but enough for him. And the main thing, you don't want to ever fly open. You do, you elevate your pitches and you get hit. Felix Hernandez does that similar thing where he turns and keeps everything down.
0-2 to Zunino, who has struck out 3 times. Make it 4 times. All 4 swinging, and Zunino can't believe it.
And that's at 94. That last fastball went down, up a little bit, And Rodriguez, remember when he showed up yesterday, he had struck out his last 5 that he faced in AAA and did a very good job for 2 innings yesterday. Bob Melvin saying to Kirk, can I use this guy every game?
Sure.
Now he's been pitching great and hope he continues. And oh, wow. He held his hand initially. Now got him in the throat. Stephen Vogt pointing there. Wow. See, he's wide open right there, and the ball's fouled back. And he has the extension on his mask, which is good, and let's hope that protected him. But right there, it looked like he was grabbing his hand.
Boy, he was just sitting out there
right
all by himself, wasn't he?
Yeah, and you know, we've talked about some umpires will kind of get behind the catch a little bit. He's checking his jaw because that got him pretty good.
Well, that's a tough spot for an umpire because, right, Ray, if the catcher says, I'm going to move quite a ways outside and set up out there, you can't really go all the way out there with him.
No.
So you're just sitting there all by yourself. I mean, his whole body was exposed. I mean, look at that.
That's a direct hit. Stephen Vogt trying to hold him up and then pointing to where he got hit. See the extension on the mask right under the manufacturer's logo. And you like to see the extension because you think back to Steve Yeager when he was the on-deck circle. He came up with the one that kind of flapped down. Now it's attached to the mask. That should kind of protect the neck.
It's funny, you look at that, Ray, and you could almost say, hey, that thing could be a little bit longer.
Yeah. Well, the main thing for a catcher and for an umpire, Stephen Vogt gets it right after he helped Randazzo, right off the mask again. But from a catcher, you want to you don't want to lift your head up and expose your neck. You want to take it down a little bit, blocking balls or anything down. Stephen Vogt's got the similar extension, almost identical to that of Randazzo.
1-2 foul back by Ackley. A's pitchers have 13 strikeouts tonight.
And a great thing about Rodriguez, and we have seen him, he's 2 years removed from Tommy John surgery, and just nice and easy with his delivery right over the top. And he's throwing all fastballs, but he's got an assortment. There's a nice fastball check swing.
And that'll do it. And we're going to the 9th inning here in Seattle. Good ball game. We're tied at 3.
Is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Welcome back to Safeco Field here in Seattle. 9th inning of a 3-3 game. So 3-5-1 for the A's, 3-9-1 for the Mariners. And we got a new pitcher back to the bullpen, and it's the closer Fernando Rodney coming in. So Rodney, 1-1 with a 5.56 ERA. Lots of base runners in his 11 1/3 innings pitched. That one blown save he's got was against the A's, but the Mariners ended up winning the game.
That was a game. The last thing, that was the 4-run game that you're talking about. And he gave up. The last thing he wanted to do is come into the game with a 4-run lead, and he pitched like it and came in and gave it up. Ended up getting the win when his club scored in the 10th, but he just walked in like, you got to be kidding me, I'm coming in. So they know what they're going to get from him. Change up, which is the palm ball, fastball. Sometimes he quick pitches, sometimes he takes his time. And now he's taking his time.
And the Mariners bullpen so far tonight, 3 shutout innings. As Lowry steps in, first pitch, off speed, first strike, 81 miles an hour, and you'll see Rodney then throw his fastball, and it'll be 94, 95, 96 miles an hour. So here's the difference between the fastball and the off-speed pitch. And that one at 95, close pitch called away. Lowry 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Broken bat. Cano scoops. He's got to hurry, and they just get Lowry. Morrison, the first baseman, also had a hustle to first.
Well, Morrison did a good job because you see so many times a first baseman ranged too far. He started, realized where his second baseman was. Watch him come out of your screen right there and then change direction. That's why he had to hustle to get back. If he goes after the ball, I don't know that Rodney beats Lowry to the bag.
No way. And if he, about one more step, Morrison, if he would have taken towards second, and I think Lowry would have an infield hit. Fastball at 95 in for a strike to Marcus Semien, who was 0 for 3.
I think between what we're seeing now, a lot of third basemen ranging too far to their left in front of shortstops, but a first baseman usually is very guilty because that means the communication is not there between you and your second baseman, or at least looking to see how close he is and what he can field.
Base hit off the glove of Taylor. Semien with a big turn. Chris Taylor dove for it, could not come up with it, and a 1-out single.
All right, partner, I ask you a question. How many times do you see late in the game when third base is being guarded against an extra base hit, do you see a ball? Look at the hole. He's guarding against the extra base hit. And what do? They give the single. Yeah. And there's no way Taylor's going to throw him out anyway. But if Seager is playing normal position, it's right to him.
Yeah, you see it a lot.
But, I mean, they're so concerned. And I don't know that. You have to, first of all, know your pitcher. Now, Rodney's pitching away. He throws 95. You're not going to see a guy pull that many down the line. But I guess the old rule of thumb and the percentage is you better do it, because if you don't and it happens, then you get criticized. Just see so many hits, and he's fortunate here to get one with Seager playing on the line.
And you often wonder, too, if a guy's playing that close to the line, I mean, so what if he took 2 steps off the line? He would still be able to make that play probably, unless it was just a shot right down the line. So the fact is, what's the chance of them squeezing a ball past him at third if he was, you see where he is now? Let's say he takes even 1 step towards second base. But he is even with the bag and close. Sogard swings at a pitch in the dirt, 1-2.
Good changeup, palm ball that Sogard swung at the delivery of the fastball, and you almost have to just give up on the fastball, think off speed. And in the case of Brett Lowry, he did that, and he got jammed on the fastball. Sogard could take a fastball late and hit it to left field for a base hit.
He was thinking about it, and he got a fastball away. Coco Crisp in the on-deck circle. Tell you what, Ray, I mean, Simeon has showed us that he has the ability to steal a bag. He's 4 for 4 this year. Don't know that this would be such a terrible time to give it a shot.
Well, Rodney, the thing is, you never know what he's going to do. See the slide step, and then pulls the string on a changeup. So I think a lot of that is how quickly, how slowly the pitcher gets rid of the baseball. And Fernando Rodney keeps that front foot, which he does all the time. He keeps it close to the ground, and again throws the changeup, floats it in with a big delivery, and pulls the string.
So now Coco will hit. He's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run score. And there's that change-up, palm ball, whatever you want to call it. Outfield playing extremely deep.
Yeah, they want to cut off anything in the event a ball is hit towards the gap and try to prevent Simeon from scoring.
Strike call, a little delayed call by Randazzo, but he has called the outside corner today.
That's about 4 consecutive changeups, 2 to Sogard, and now 2 in a row to Coco. Saw those numbers, Coco Crisp against Fernando Rodney. That's when he was playing every day. Coming back off the disabled list, just his first game was Wednesday, pinched hit yesterday. Just his second full game tonight.
And there's times when Rodney, I mean, he loves to throw that changeup, but it'll be a little all over the place. It looks like tonight he's got a pretty good idea where it's going. Simeon bluffed going. The pitch is high. A's with 6 hits in the game. The Mariners with 9. In the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Taylor, Smith, and Miller for the Mariners. If anybody were to get on, then Cano would hit.
Tyler Clippert is loosening. You'd have to think he's going to be loosening for the A's taking the lead.
And that one at the knee, strike 3 call. And Coco knew it. So a couple of strikeouts for Fernando Rodney. Bottom of the 9th coming up. It's a 3-3 game.
It's Sonny Gray. Why not? What a great job he did. Just 1 run. And Sonny Gray with 9 strikeouts coming off a 10 strikeout game. And then they gave him 119 pitches against Texas at 104 tonight. So struck out the side in his last inning, the 6th inning. So 100 player of the game. And Sonny Gray, unfortunately, will not get a decision tonight, will not get the win. He left with a 3-1 lead, but 6 innings of work. And the bullpen has allowed the Mariners to tie the game.
So Chris Taylor to lead it off against Rodriguez. First pitch, high and foul to our right. Rodriguez got the final 2 outs of the 8th inning. It's been Gray, Scribner, Abad, and Rodriguez. That one hit high in the air, left center field. Burns near the wall. Got it.
Right guy hit it. I would take a chance with Nelson Cruz hitting that same pitch.
Let's not do that again.
And the same location, and here's Taylor. Maybe that's about his best bolt. Let's hope, because while the fans got excited, Billy Burns feeling for the wall, didn't have to. Actually had to come in a step as Coco was backing him up. So sigh of relief as Taylor almost ended it with one swing.
So now top of the order and Seth Smith. Fastball is high. Swing and a miss. Smith is 1 for 4. Single, couple of strikeouts, and a ground out.
Yeah, Cap, your point about Taijuan Walker, that just easy right over the top, 95-96. Well, we're seeing it from Fernando Rodriguez as well, and that's about as easy as effortless pitch you will see a pitcher make, and just really just nice and easy right over the top. And that's a pretty good giddy up in his back-to-back appearances. 2 innings yesterday. That was a 94 heater. 2 outs last inning, strikeout and a check swing. He's had major league experience, just unfortunately had to go under the knife. So a good acquisition by the Athletics, bringing that kind of power out of the bullpen.
That one hit high in the air toward the corner. Coco into the corner, and he's got it. So 2 away here in the 9th inning. Well, Rodriguez yesterday, Ray, threw 34 pitches.
Yeah. I think if you can get through this 9th inning, I have to turn it over to somebody else in the bullpen, because I don't know that he would go beyond that, because the Sonny Gray performance, while he went just 6 innings, 104 pitches following the 119, pitch into the 8th inning in the game in Texas.
Big swing by Miller. Another big swing, and it's 0-2, 94 miles an hour. That's Carson Smith, big right-hander for the Mariners. And on 3 pitches, 3 fastballs, and Miller strikes out. And a very nice inning for Rodriguez. Extra innings in Seattle. We're tied at 3.
Game 1, or Game 2 that is, will feature Jesse Hahn against J.A. Happ. Coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. with A's pregame live. Complete A's coverage every night on Sports Channel or Sportsnet Central and CSNCalifornia.com. The home of A's baseball is Comcast Sportsnet. So Jesse Hahn will be on his regular turn, and that will be the most important thing. Last start it was, he still struck out too many batters. And Chris J. Happ will be following tonight's Walker, and similar setup for the weekend series in Oakland early in the season, with Happ in between tonight's starter Walker and the series finale. Pitcher for the Mariners will be King Felix, as a new pitcher Carson Smith on the mound for the Mariners. Typically, when your closer at home pitches the 9th inning, it's to get you the last at bat. And Fernando Rodney was able to do that, but he turns it over after just 1 inning of work. No Errol tonight, at least from him.
Yeah, and that makes you guys happy. That makes me happy too.
So Fernando, 1 inning of work and hard throwing, another hard throwing right-hander.
He's done a nice job this year, Carson Smith. So Burns to lead it off. Burns was hit by a pitch in the 8th inning when he was pinch hitting for full. So see if he can get on again. And that pitch called a strike, and it looked like it was about 6 inches outside.
Well, Smith is what is called a slinger. He just rears back and slings the ball, which creates some movement.
Well, 3/4 delivery certainly helps that. So 1-2 the count to Burns. He'll be followed by Reddick and Butler here in the 10th inning. A's are looking for their first extra inning win of the year.
Hey, maybe it's good news, because you see that Mariners 2-3, the A's are 0-4. Remember, the A's in this road trip picked up the first day win of the season. So it's a new month. Logan Morrison, like Seager with the right-hander, Morrison at first, almost standing right on top of the line.
A little flare. Seager's going to back up, and he's going to grab it.
And that's why, I mean, the last thing, if you know Billy Burns, there's very few times he's going to pull a 95-mile-an-hour fastball or a breaking ball. He's going to flare it to the opposite field, that time trying to get over to the head of Seager at third. And with Reddick, Logan Morrison's going to do the same thing.
See, now, if you could get a ball past Logan Morrison,
it's a double
down the first base line, you have done an absolute magic trick.
The thing is, if you hit it to his right and he can't get to it, it's going to be a double anyway, because it's going to hook down in the corner from the left-hander.
So what's the chance of a ball landing fair between his foot and the foul line? 0.
Josh Reddick tried to duplicate what he did in the 5th. This is Walker's fastball. That gave the A's a 3-1 lead, feeling good about themselves. Very deep to right center, number 5 for Reddick. Yeah, that's a good point. The only thing there is if the ball hit in front of the bag and hooked over, caught a corner of the bag in the air and then hooked past him, then he'd have to dive for it in foul territory. I mean, that's not a dive, that's a fall, because that's how close he is to foul territory.
So in the baseball dictionary, under guarding the line, there's a picture of our shot right there.
That's right. This is how you guard the line. Logan Morrison.
And you know where Reddick's going to hit one, right?
I know where he's trying to hit.
He's going to sneak one right between first and second for a base hit.
He was trying to give the A's a lead. That was ball 4. He just opened up. Now he has to get back in the protecting mode, and if he walks him, take the walk.
Bounced foul, and that was way foul.
And all he did was take one step to field it.
So 3-2. Carson Smith is the 7th pitcher of the night. And there's that tight slider from Smith. He's got good stuff. He's a tough at bat. So another 3-2 to Reddick. And he lines one. Cano dives and he caught it. So nice play by Robinson Cano.
Well, he's let a couple of balls scoot past him, but this one on the line drive and maybe just enough hooking, trying to hook it past him in a couple of steps. And he had one step to the right and then a dive to the left and able to come up and rob Reddick of a base hit. So Reddick tonight, a great play by Seager over his shoulders to rob him of an extra swing because it was in foul territory. Deep fly to center field. If he pulls it, it's another home run. So Josh Reddick at least had a 2-run home run.
Fastball close, just a bit outside. 1-1 the count. Butler 1 for 3, RBI single and a walk. In the bottom of the 10th, it'll be Cano, Cruz, and Seager. Foul tip, 1-2.
Well, the hard sinker, and it is staying down. Not much chance to elevate that. Yeah, I think Clippard was warming up again a little while. He was standing out there. So.
Slider down. So the A's have struck out 12 times tonight. Carson Smith with a 3-up, 3-down inning. Part of the order coming up for the Mariners in the bottom of the 10th.
Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, statcast, and more. Get MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or tablet. So the A's do go to the closer, Tyler Clippard, for the 10th inning. And I think what the skipper's thinking about, Tyler Clippard has indicated, as he's told us, he told the manager, if you need me to throw more than one inning, I can do it. So typically you don't bring your closer in on the road unless it's a lead. But the A's trying to at least get another at bat, so they turn to Clippard, trying to get back in the dugout against the heart of this order. And the A's are forced to take the lead, send him back out to get the win. Although right now this is a tough crew. Cano, Cruz, and Seager. Left, right, left.
Cano tonight 1 for 3. He had the big 2-out RBI double in the 7th that tied the game. First pitch, a strike. All games are final around baseball except for this one. Astros lost tonight. Angels beat them. And Rangers lost. The Rangers' 4-game winning streak came to an end tonight in St. Petersburg. Like he got a pitch he was looking for.
And as we know with Tyler Clippard, it's guessing fastball or changeup. Got the fastball just a little bit late. Robin Cano did pull the slider from Fernando Abad to tie the game, but he also will go opposite field and has the power to go that direction. Good fastball inside prevented that from happening.
Sogard scoops it up, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 10th.
Shook off a changeup, a fastball, and then went to the curveball. Third pitch for Tyler Clippard, but it worked out well. And I think maybe, as he told us the other night, I thought it was a great remark by a pitcher that can watch the swing of a hitter. And maybe he saw Cano was on his fastball and knows that Cano can handle either pitch, the fastball or changeup, so he went to the third, a good curveball, and Cano had to swing because it was in the strike zone.
Yeah, he may have said, hey, that was a good swing by Cano.
That's right. Good fastball swing. Exactly. So may not try it again.
So here's the dangerous Nelson Cruz with 14 home runs on the year.
The one against Clippard at the Coliseum, just barely over the left field fence.
Swing and a miss.
Now look at the location of this pitch that he hit in Oakland. And all Cruz did, dropped the head and that close to being caught. Clippard couldn't believe it, but the pitch he just swung at was outside. Vogt moves again outside.
Good pitch. Hold the ball. 2-1 the count.
Randazzo the other side, but remember, see, it's kind of hidden behind Cruz in that shot, so maybe not able to see the outside corner as well.
The changeup and Cruz swung over top.
It's a dangerous pitch. Changeup floating in, and he is so strong and really kind of waited, almost as if he figured it was going to be coming.
Cruz 2 singles and a walk tonight. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, 94 miles an hour.
Well, good changeup down and in, and then elevated a fastball. And Tyler Clippard just got a little bit extra, and that is when you want to have a little bit extra behind your heater, especially to a fastball or a home run hitter on a fastball.
So A's pitchers now with 15 strikeouts. And here's Kyle Seager.
And that guy folding his arm with a red beard, he can blow it too. He had some more strikeouts when he is able to come back. I guess Seager got to him. He didn't call that one. Seager called out in his last at bat on a big curveball by Fernando Abad. That was a huge strikeout with the runner at second.
2-0 now to Seager. Seager 1 for 4. He doubled and scored way back in the second. He struck out a couple of times. Struck out against Abad in the 7th, and Seager didn't like the call. So a 2-0 changeup with a lot of movement. And if you're Seager, you're probably glad you didn't swing at it.
That's as perfect a pitch you'll ever see a pitcher throw. Change up, floated outside corner, and really not much of a chance to swing.
Hit down the left field line. Coco on the move. Coco still on the move. He gets there and he makes the catch. Side retired. So Clipper to 3 up, 3 down inning. We're moving to the 11th. It's a 3-3 game. Sportsnet Bay Area. Post game in on Sportsnet Central all the way through the playoffs. Coverage begins tomorrow at 4 p.m. It's Roz, Monty, Rado, Papa, St. J.P. Feldy, and Fareed with the coverage that you expect from the authentic home of the world. So that's tomorrow. Game 3, Warriors and the Grizzlies. So here's Vogt facing Carson Smith. And the first pitch is outside.
Let's go, Smith!
Vogt, Canna, and Laurie here in the top of the 11th inning. And Vogt drives one to center. Ackley's going back, and he's going to have room in front of the wall. A little jump. He makes the catch, 1 out.
And Stevens running back to the dugout said, if I could have had the right-hander, my last at bat with a runner at third and 1 out, the A's would be in the clubhouse and celebrating. But Stephen Vogt hit it as well as he could. Unfortunately, this is a very, very large yard here in Seattle. And plus, this time of night, ball's not going to carry extremely well. Hit it well, but just not enough.
So Ackley tracks it down, and here's Canna. Slider and a good one from Carson Smith. A's have just 1 hit in the last 5 innings.
Tyler Clipper with 13 pitches, and with Dan Otero loosening the bullpen, maybe it was just a 1 inning appearance for the A's right-hander. There's Dan Otero getting loose.
0-2. Laurie to follow. Canna grounded out in the 8th inning. He was pinch hitting for Ike Davis. Slider, strike 3 call. And that was a good one. That is a tight, late breaking slider.
Well, it buckled the knees, froze Canna, and back to the dugout.
So here's Laurie. Another slider, but this one drops low. is 0 for 4. A couple of strikeouts, a couple of groundouts.
First pitch slider, second pitch a sinker out of the strike zone. Even in this pitch, you might see a slider again.
And it was, and it's bounced. Morrison tried to charge it. And it looked like he charged it into a tough hop.
Yeah.
And so Laurie's aboard. We'll see what the ruling is. It's an E, as expected.
Well, the thing is, this is the hustle of Brett Laurie that kind of forced. If he stays back, he probably figures he cannot get the hustling Laurie, and really that is the speed. And I think it'd been interesting to see him stay back, get the good hop, and see if Smith could have gotten there in time. Maybe similar to what they did on the ball that Laurie hit the last time that was thrown out by Cano.
So here's Semien, who takes the strike. Semien 1 for 4.
I think the Mariners have some outfielders out there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where they are. I think you're right.
Ackley in center and left field. Smith, they're out there somewhere. Way back. I mean, a couple of steps from the warning track. And you hit a normal single, it could be a double. Speed of Semien.
And there's that slider again. Outside corner for a strike.
Might as well look for it because you're going to get a steady diet.
Here it is, and there it was. And Semien chased it. So 2 very impressive innings for Carson Smith. He strikes out 3. And we're going to the bottom of the 11th. It's a 3-3 game.
Next to a Mariners fan.
That's right. You always have your hands full when you're the visiting team on the road in extra innings. You got the crowd, home team final at bat. And so Dan Otero comes in. Excuse me, Ray.
No, just Tyler Clippard, 13 pitches, but you know, while it is abnormal for a closer to come in, but I think Bob Melvin is going to the relievers that he has confidence in, and Scribner, Abad against the lefties. Fernando Rodriguez, Clippard in a non-safe situation, trying to get the extra at bat. They did, and now Dan Otero will try to do the same. A's at least want to play the 12th inning. Right now, bottom of the 11th, tied at 3.
So Logan Morrison to lead it off. First pitch belted to center, and this ball game's over. So first career walk-off hit for Logan Morrison, and he does it in style. A long, long blast to deep right center field. It was a no-doubter.
Well,
about 12 rows into those deep right center field seats.
And it did not take long. That ball stayed about thigh high. I think Logan Morrison, the way he took off, he knew it was gone, and I think everybody did. And it definitely was not cheap.
Boy, that is a big boy home run, and Dan Otero can't believe it. So Morrison wins it with a walk-off bomb for the Mariners. And the final score is 4-3. So A's will have to get a good night's sleep and fight back tomorrow, but extra innings always tough. 11 innings, Mariners win it 4-3. You've been watching A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California. Don't go away. A's Postgame Live with Brody and Bip starts right now.